All right. Whew. It has been a whirlwind of getting things going, but luckily, you know, um, do, 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 do. Ooh. Okay. Like I said, it's been a whirlwind of stuff. So, hello, hello. Oh, what? Using Vault's old image. What? Huh? Why? Hold on. Why is it using Vault's old? Hold on, I gotta fix something. I have no idea why that's doing that. Point. Oop. I could have swore I updated it. I don't know. It's fine. Everything's fine. That should do it. Did it do it? It did. Now I gotta fix Kaido. Gotta fix that. There we go. Then get Kaido. I need to remove the background for Kaido. Okay. Okay. All right. We've been doing we've been transferring our 2014 characters to the new rules. So there's a lot of last minute stuff, and also realizing that the system is doing some weird stuff. But I think all in all, we'll work it out because I look at this as a learning experience with all the errors and issues that arise. It just makes it easier to learn and know how to fix them later. So I figured let's get the growing pains out of the way now and learn from it. So if these come up again, then you know we got stuff that we can do, and we can get it all fixed up. Um, So with that, I know we started a little bit late, but we had to get some stuff finalized, and we should be starting here in but a couple of moments. So sit tight, relax, and I suppose be ready for some entertainment. Yes? Yes. And oh, announcement-y things. So with the new edition, and I did unmute on purpose so you guys can also hear it on stream. Um, so I've had to do some pretty heavy consideration on making it so instead of getting an inspiration from a recap and at the end of the session, just maybe going with the base game and seeing how that plays out. And the reasoning is, so they're humans, right? And humans, as part of their whole identity as being a human, you get an inspiration after a long rest. So when you take that into consideration, if your group is passively generating, 2 extra inspiration every session, then that kind of downplays the importance of, a pretty key element of being a human, right? So I've had to weigh a lot of options on that one, and I'm thinking at some point working that out because we're so used to it now. But the aspect of it that I am more inclined to reel back is the end of session inspiration on account of, you guys all do really interesting things, but only one person's really getting that inspiration. And, I could imagine at some point it's like you do something in the session, you thought it was really cool and really awesome and really contributed, and everybody voted for somebody else. And I mean, I could kind of see how that might be a little bit of like a, not necessarily a deterrent per se, but like, oh man, I thought the thing I did was really cool. Um, so that's sort of the reasoning why I'm thinking of at least that aspect of the free inspiration every session. Because at this point, you guys would be generating, if you had a human in your group, right? You would be generating 3 inspiration per session, basically just for playing. And I was thinking about that, like if you're generating that much inspiration per session, then that almost makes inspiration just be practically just a core part of the game, in that like as much of an integrated mechanic in the game as it is just having a character sheet. It's like, oh, we're playing, well, every session you guys are going to have inspiration. Um, and with 5 people, you guys with 5 people and people like pretty consistently forgetting to use inspiration, I also don't want you guys to feel like, well, now if I do a recap, everybody has inspiration, so now it's just getting wasted. So there's a couple of reasons behind me thinking of reeling it, especially like now that it's a new system, we're doing new stuff. Um, I mean, I'm not, I don't feel like I'm necessarily throwing things at you that it's like you absolutely seem like you have to use an inspiration every time. Like you guys are also good about taking, failure rolls too, which, also makes me think, do you guys really need an overabundance of inspiration? So that's something that I've been having to consider with the new edition, and the fact that you guys get so many more tools at your disposal, like the weapon mastery, just by being a martial class. Congratulations, you can now impose disadvantage on creatures that you hit, or you can just give yourself advantage if you hit them with a certain weapon. So it's like, do you really also need inspiration with these new tools and all this new, like, these racial features that you're getting? Nope, they redacted that. Oops.
Was just to let the players say who did a good job.
So yeah, it's kind of a catch-22 where it's like if we did, as I mentioned before, the inspiration at the end, you know, versus the inspiration mid-session, I also don't want it to feel like, um, you know, one person is just getting heroic inspiration. I'm just granting people inspiration, and then other people, it falls back to the exact same thing. It's like, well, other people might think that the thing they did was really helpful and contributing, but then it's like, why did the DM give them an inspiration? That
You're
sort of
talking about Max every session, right?
getting inspiration.
Well, he's
No,
gone now.
thinking he's done something good for
Max
the group every session.
single-handedly solved every issue we faced, beat every bad guy. I think he really was the unsung hero.
But he sung himself every
Well, he
chance
was the
he could.
bard, so that his hands were tied there.
I'm okay
So
with using it the way it's designed to try out the new version as much as we can.
yeah, but because I was thinking, I feel like if I want to do homebrew rules, like let me get used to the current rules as they're intended first, and then as we play it, then I could be like, well, I don't really like this or that. I'll make adjustments here and here. Because like I said, you guys get the player in this edition. The players got a lot of power fantasy, like just in base weapon stats, like what they can do. The healing, like every healing, like across the board, basically doubled. Um, the weapons now have things that make monsters like more debuffs go out just from you guys doing stuff. Like the new species get a lot of new utility and cool stuff. Like I was looking at dwarves, and it's just like, well, just being a dwarf, now you just get extra hit points based on your levels. Like, holy crap, that's
So yeah,
a
I
lot.
guess it makes sense to try to use it as intended until the new monster, the Dungeon Master Guide comes out, and then the monsters get updated and all kinds of who knows what's gonna
That's
happen.
next month.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's where I was at with it. I
I'm
didn't.
hoping they get beefier, right?
I'm curious to see what they
I'm
do with them.
excited.
It sounded like they might be trying to veer. I don't know. It seemed kind of they hinted that they were trying to veer away from everything having multi attack, but I don't know how if they were actually going to do that because much like the inspiration, they retcon that idea. It's like, well,
Yeah.
you lose your inspiration at the end, and then like last minute, they're like, by the way, now you just keep them. So with that announcement, um, who would like to do a recap for absolutely no inspiration?
Hey, if you think about it though, that's a good homebrew rule. Is be like, all right, into the session, you lose inspiration. You better use it this session. Maybe down the road, look at that, and then it doesn't
Oh,
matter so much if we're getting
like
it for
what?
recap,
Oh,
right?
yeah. What if a house rule of like a temporary inspiration? Like if you get it for doing the recap, you have to use it in that session or it goes away.
Yeah, you have it for the session.
Like a temporary one versus one that you get the normal way would be you can carry over. I don't know.
I mean, I'll consider that. But I think for now, since we do have, a whole lot of new stuff, let's just kind of keep it as written for now, and then we'll see how things play out. Like if it feels like, once the new monsters come out, then if I feel like, okay, well, these new monsters are doing a lot of really crazy stuff, you guys are going to kind of need those inspirations, then we could adjust that. But I feel like it's better to not have it now and add it later than have it now and take it away later, because then you guys might start leaning on it or relying on it, and then suddenly it's gone for no gain. But that's just a behind the DM screen sort of thoughts and transparencies.
All right, so recap time. We had made it back to town. We had talked to the Drider. We got paid. People were getting things created. They were talking to the blacksmith goblin a lot. Uh, we just did town things, right? We mostly were just doing town things. And I remember the Adventurers Guild, they were like super impressed with Maximilian, right? And all his heroism. However, something about them rubbed him the wrong way, and he got really suspicious, especially when it came to like his tokens that he's been carrying. And in the middle of this, he did get like some kind of, telepathic messages, right? Where it's like, hey, your ride's showing up. We're gonna be about a mile and a half outside the city in, I don't know, maybe half an hour or so. And so at that point, he was like, why am I walking on eggshells trying to be a good boy, right? And trying to do right by all my friends? Because, that's what he's been doing this whole time, is just the right thing to do, right? And so instead, he's like, I'm just going to do what I want and be selfish for once in my life, right? And the thing he wanted most in this life is that table. And so he came up with like some lies, and he was like, he's telling. First, he did tell Kaido about his suspicions about the Drider woman, right, and the guild, because it was interesting that he's like, hey, I have the source of this bad magic. And they were just like, ho hum, who cares? Not really interested. And so it was very like, why would you not be interested in that? Suspicious. And so he did tell Kaido that, right? Um, and yeah, he really wanted that table because think about it. He knew that he was getting a Spelljammer. And that table would be so cool on his ship where any food that he wanted he could get, right? And so he came up with this idea of like, ooh, maybe I'll start a bakery, which was a lie, right? And it's like, and then I'll summon the food through the table, and then this got everybody to kind of fixate on the table and go into tattle on him, and like everybody got so busy that I don't think they really noticed when he snuck off and got to go meet that person in the woods. And when it's all said and done, he got on his ship and he flew away, but he did not successfully get the table. And he thought, well, if I can't have it, nobody can have it. So he talked some goblins into destroying it. He said it was the source of all goodness in the town, and that that's why they needed to burn it. Anyway, that about catches us up, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad I watched the VOD. I didn't know about it. Like you're.
Unless there's anything else.
Oh gosh. Well, there was loot distribution, and of course all the shenanigans with the gems on the table. But since Max is heading out, I don't know that that will have much long-lasting impact. Let's see. Yeah, just the shenanigans of lots of lies and having to go run up and talk to the mayor and discover the shenanigans. But since Miss Max is on their way out, don't have to worry about it. But thankfully, we were able to keep the table in place and in one piece.
Could you imagine if that's how like the session ended? Like, oh, Max is no longer a character anymore. He also took your source of food. So good.
Yeah, that would have been no bueno.
I think
it
we would
could
have
have
been
happened.
chasing him.
It definitely could have happened. But luckily, the rolls were on the side of your food source not being stolen.
My cat is requiring belly rubs, so I cannot forward you the picture and stuff that I've just picked out. At least not for a minute.
All right. So, we had essentially left off with, you guys had, you're back town talking to Glor, talking to Flex, talking to other NPCs of varying degrees, and we had ended with you guys getting this view of this really weird, like, kind of winged bug looking sort of kind of ship. And I think for reference, yep, for last session, it's pretty similar to
kind
the
of
one in the
dragonfly
Discord.
ship?
Yeah, like the dragonfly looking motif. And you saw Max standing at the head of it with his head held high, a leg on the edge, and I think he waved at him as Max was waving as the ship, this weird ship flew off. And we're just gonna pick up as the sonic boom, the sound of like maybe a sonic boom goes off as this thing just it started out really slow and it was going over your town, almost like a looming vessel, like a zeppelin or an airship speed, and then it pointed its nose up and just the wings started to flap faster and just took off. And you all got to see that happen. And yeah, so you guys are pretty much right where you were. And I would say the sound of it would have woken up Kaito, because it was pretty loud. It was pretty loud.
Okay.
Oh, that was incredible. Everybody check your pockets.
Nothing stolen from me. I don't know about you guys.
It's weird. I feel different.
I feel
But-
different too.
I think it's all right.
What is all right?
Oh. Hey, sleepyhead.
What was that noise?
That was a
Max.
weird flying
Max?
craft that Max was on,
It's-
and it
Yeah, he said his farewell and took off in a flying ship.
Oh. Huh. Where's Talia?
Galia is somewhere else in town, but
I think she ran up to the guild mistress.
oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
the guild
I was
mistress
gonna
mistress.
ask
anywhere.
if
Yeah.
to
Come on,
verify
Max.
that Max wasn't granted the summoning food table.
Wait, he wanted the table?
He tried to take it,
Yeah.
and then when he couldn't take it, he tried to destroy it.
It's fine, right?
Yep.
Yeah, well,
is.
so goblins came in and tried to start hacking at the legs of the table, but
And why did they do that?
because
Told
Max
them
told him to.
And why are they listening to Max?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They didn't. I scared them away, and then they just they left. They didn't answer the questions, so
Hmm.
might have to go talk to some goblins.
I need to punch some goblin.
I can establish a pecking order with the goblins now. I will be Vald the big Steve.
Bald Steve.
Oh, by the way, Lionel's around and he's really pissed off.
Who?
It's,
Lionel the Minotaur.
the big Minotaur.
Oh. That's right. I did meet him once. For like 5
he's
seconds.
He's not happy.
Where's he at? You know?
He walked toward the guild hall, but then I didn't see where he went.
He's probably
There's a
still,
lot going on earlier.
He's probably still annoyed that why is it that you can have 4 legs and he can't?
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
I,
I'll see if I can
don't
find
know.
him.
You better go ask him.
Is there anything else I should know before I go find him?
Uh,
Oh yeah,
was,
you have money awaiting you, and good luck.
oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
We all got paid.
Yeah, I woke up with money in my pocket. I'm not sure.
Wait,
who
you
put it
got your
there.
money?
I think so. I remember being broke and it's jingling again.
I gotta
Yeah, I
get
think
my money.
Kalia. I remember Kalia went and distributed. I believe.
I did, and I posted to Discord last week uh, what everybody would have gotten.
I know,
Let me find
like
it again.
Did that?
after that whole thing, I do feel different and feel funny.
A little
have
bit,
to
yeah.
Go like take a little rests or something. Go figure out what's different.
Good
I
luck.
might need to stretch. I could probably check on my shop too.
Well, I'm gonna go see what's up with Lionel. Do you need anything from me before I do that?
I think I don't know.
You think, but you don't know.
Yep, I do that a
Well,
lot.
I'm glad you think.
Oh, and you said Glorb was not going to be ready anytime soon, correct?
He said it well, so I asked what he needed and he said time, and then he mentioned something else, and I was just trying to think about it. He said, what was it specifically?
Hmm.
I'll think about it. I'll let you know. Sorry, I'm thinking.
It's okay. I'm letting you think. Letting you stew.
OOC. Did I need to look back to see how much gold it was because I never added it to my character sheet. And did you also add in, I guess, the money that Max had left?
I don't know if Kalia did.
I gotta find.
I typed it in the chat, but I don't remember what it was now.
Yeah. I remember you typed all the stuff that Max left behind, and it was a decent amount of stuff.
That's probably a little OOC where I'm like, let's just empty his pockets and split it up, and we'll just say it's part of being a good crew and a good captain, right?
Don't remember what Glorb asked for.
Stuff.
I think it was just like, this is me just thinking OOC. I think it was ore. I think he said gems.
Shinies stuff.
Shiny
Things.
Okay, yeah.
Gave him your lava rock gem thing.
Yeah, I did. Oh, I did.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make a note of that.
I watched the VOD.
Yeah. I remembered because
Good
it was
thing.
right when he asked for that. Thank you. That's because yeah, right when he asked for it, I was like, oh, what do you think about this? So note that right
And
now.
he went all like, my precious on it, I think.
Yeah, he ran over and like stuck it in the forge. So that's what we were waiting on Glorb for. Is while all this was happening, he had that gem in the forge. So okay, we could go check on Glorb here pretty soon.
It's only really been like a few minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go meditate. Never done it, so I'm going to
Good
try
luck
my
with
hand
that.
at it.
I'm gonna go find Lionel.
All right.
North, towards-
I'm gonna check on the shop.
This is the window, right?
Please. EM is
No
ground
worries.
things.
Oh, net roll you asked for was a 17. If that helps you any.
Dag nabbit mouse, stop double clicking. Almost. 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 Okay. Alright, so what are you looking for?
Huh?
You asking something?
Oh, I said that roll you asked for 17 if it helps you any. And then I asked, "What's this a window?"
Yep, that's a window.
Now he'll tap on it to see if he can get anyone's attention inside.
The guild mistress is currently sitting at a chair writing something in like a ledger. The
Does it?
spider lady, I mean, they both notice you.
Is it an open window or?
I mean, you tap on it, it's not open.
Can I open it?
Do you try to open it?
As long as it doesn't try to break, yeah, I'll open it.
It opens.
Do either of you know where Lionel is?
No,
All right, you
chimes
all right?
the spider lady.
You doing all right?
Yes. You?
I just woke up, so I assume so.
Wonderful.
Oh, if you don't know, apparently Max is gone.
Yes,
Not on some kind of
I
thing.
saw the spectacle.
Okay. I mean, I slept through most of it. Just
Also,
making sure.
wait, let me check with somebody real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Heck. Okay. Sorry, I had to ask something.
No worries.
So yes, I'm pretty sure I heard him glopping around somewhere, but I've been extremely busy.
Oh, need help with anything? Everything all right?
Well, actually, there is something you can help us with. As a matter
Sure, I'll do my
of
best.
fact.
What's up?
And as you ask that question, you hear a series of elevated hand slaps,
Oh. Yucks.
accompanied by a couple of chili dogs. The chili pack. And at that point, one of the booyogs makes this. You see, like the booyog, open the door.
Nope.
And my mouse keeps double clicking, and I hate it. And you see the booyogs make their way in, and they're just staring at this spider lady.
What's that all about?
They seem rather infatuated, interested.
Remind
Impressed?
me, when Max was telling them about how he thinks the spider lady was evil and bad or whatever, Kaido was there for that, right? That was the session before last?
He told it to you. Yeah.
Okay. I thought I did. I was part of that, but I also couldn't remember. It was 2 weeks ago.
Mhm. Yeah, it wasn't anyebody else. It was only you.
It's funny, we were gone from the city for so long and now it feels like we've been here for 2 sessions, and it's just like, oh gosh, it's all blurry now.
I know Max was telling me his concerns about the Strider. Maybe they overheard some of it.
Well, if you know anything of the goblins here, they lean more towards anything, and she holds up fingers for quotations, bad.
Yeah, that's what he was saying about Strider, so it might be what's causing the infatuation over there.
And at that point, you see one arm walk outside, and he yells at the chili dogs. And you don't see him because he's like around the corner at that point, but you hear like a Booyog yelling. And you
Try to go
don't
figure out
speak
what that is.
Goblin,
I do not.
so you won't know what they're saying. But somebody does.
Is that Q's new character? Are you a motherfucking goblin now?
All right.
If this is
Booyags.
Justinius the Lieber, I'm gonna be very upset.
Booyags. We know. Big spider. Real bad. So you. And he points to this little guy right here. This little totally innocent and completely harmless little cutie patootie, as some might say.
That's, I think, Kuth's new character. And then, but yeah, then my new one on the left. Yeah. Not too different from my other one.
And you hear them yelling something, but this is particularly to, you know, to you. Okay,
Is he there? He was
Your
ordering
job.
pizza.
is listen to them, because that best way that we get to be even better, booyah. Yeah, booyah. And then he runs back and he sticks his arm in the door, and you hear like a high five, and then he runs back to you.
I don't know. Oh,
mhm,
yes.
go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so this would be in Goblin the whole time.
Yep. Even
But-
in Goblin, that is their mannerisms.
So I was just explaining for like Kaido, if he could overhear, it would just be in Goblin, so it wouldn't. And it's very like shrug of the shoulder, like, yeah, I guess it's fine. Do I need to like sign papers or anything?
If they say you sign paper, you sign paper.
All right, and the first thing I do is I come in here and just does anybody speak Goblin? I say in Goblin, like looking at the Drider and the Drow.
Yes, we are quite fluent in various languages. And she says this, and the guild mistress, Luana, she speaks very fluent Goblin.
Kind of just blinking, looking back and forth. You know what he was saying.
Yeah, so Kaido's gonna hear like Chika Chika San Sanbi, Isa Tong Mino. And in like translation, I'm just telling her that like my uncle said I have to work for you guys, so I'm just here to sign whatever.
She quirks a brow. Your uncle?
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal. He's a booyog. And then I gesture to the other two and I give him like a respectful like nod of the head because I do appreciate the hierarchy. It's like, yeah, They're
They bar-
booyogs.
They barely acknowledge you, as they would.
Yeah.
They're busy high-fiving each other. To be a part of the Triforce, you have to earn your high fives in Goblin Society now.
Right?
Well, typically you'd be going through some training, but all things considered, there's only so many options available out here. So, and you see this, like, because you're a goblin, so this spider lady, she is huge compared to you.
Yeah, she reaches up to the ceiling, right?
Pretty much, she could. Like, if she were to stretch her arms to the roof, she could easily touch the ceiling. Which, I mean, even in here, you do notice that there's like a lot of like spider webs in the ceiling, and they look pretty thick. But it also kind of looks like at some points they might actually be holding some of the damage in place, like debris that would like damage that would have like be chipped wood or like a loose beam. It just kind of looks like these webs are being used as a support of sorts. It actually adds a little bit of bad to it, almost like a spider layer, but in a building.
Yeah, but when you're saying that, I'm also thinking it, but I'm also of that goblin culture where bad is good, right? So like I'm nodding approvingly at like how many corpses are hidden up there, how many people disobeyed and got eaten. And then I look at this Drider and it's just like a respect of like authority, right?
Well, and Luana gets up from her desk, assuming my mouse stops double clicking.
Mhm.
And she pulls from her sleeve a piece of parchment. And it is, at first it's blank, and then she utters some arcane words. And then, words start to form on the page, and it's in a language that you can read. It's in Goblin. And it's essentially, contract to join the guild as an intern as sorts. It's written as you have to earn your way up, but this is, at least an official invitation of what's the word? Damn. Like trainee, student driver, internship.
Like an apprentice?
Apprentice, yes. That's the word. Apprenticeship. Wow, my brain could not find the words. It's been a long 2 days. Anyway. And she holds that out in front of you. Your contract.
All right. And then like in the event of sudden death or decapitation or magical implosion or whatever way I'm probably going to die from these, adventures, make sure that the funds, the pay, the loot, whatever gets redistributed to the clan. Is that all on here?
Distributed to the what? You cut out for a sec.
Oh, just make sure all the funds get redistributed to the clan in the case of like my untimely demise.
That is doable. And then she utters a couple of extra words, and that clause makes itself apparent on the contract.
All right, I just signed the contract and give her a thumbs up.
Wonderful. Welcome to the Guild of Badasses. And she gives like a knowing smirk and looks over to the Drider. And granted, the Drider is taller, but there's like this approving, like when you would hit somebody on the shoulder, like camaraderie. She pretty much does that to one of the spider legs. And then goes back to her chair, seeing Kaido's probably just sitting there staring at like this whole scene going on. Well, Mr. Kaito, it seems the Adventurers Guild is gaining in popularity. How wonderful. And also, congratulations on your new recruit. And as Gnome is starting to leave the door, the guild mistress points to the centaur horse person that you've seen around town.
I just want to do one of those things where like I lift my chin up, but I don't actually nod, and that's it.
Yeah, so cool. And also, Mr. Kaito, I do believe there may be word of another making their way here shortly. And so where are you heading?
Me, I'm gonna go get food.
All right, so where'd Vald go? Did Vald delete his token? I don't see
Nope.
him.
I'm in the churchy place.
Ah, okay, there you are. Yep. So yeah, go ahead.
Price is, I was gonna say, Price is in his briefcase right now, and so
I can
as
update his.
this new person is
Discord.
walking down the road toward the tavern, they're probably gonna see Scooter. Well, they're obviously gonna see Scooter. But Scooter's head is just what looks to be buried, like very deeply into a open briefcase, just on the side of the street here.
I'm gonna look around to see if this briefcase belongs to anybody.
I mean, nobody's guarding it.
Scooter's head is inside of it.
I mean, with a giant
Is it
goose
is
with
it
his head
his
stuck in
body
it.
inside with the head out, or is it backwards? It's
No, his
head's in,
backwards,
body's
like
out.
his body's standing over it, and his head is just like buried deep inside of it. Basically, he's watching what Price is doing inside.
Oh, I'm gonna assume that this giant turkey is stuck, so I'm just gonna try to remove the briefcase from its head, like kind of have like an exasperated sigh, like an eye roll. You know, I guess I have to do everything around here kind of vibe, right?
All right.
Is there a check for that?
Yep, that is going to be an opposed athletics because you're trying to pull him away.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, let's get his athletics. 1.
Oh,
Oh,
So it takes like a lot more effort than you thought it was going to. Like, what's your strength? Yeah, you have pretty decent strength, average strength.
Yeah.
And you are small. This thing is large, so you'd imagine it's gonna put up a lot of resistance, right? It for whatever reason, it's almost reluctant to be pulled away, but you do manage, just barely, with the 21 to 20. It takes a little bit of effort, and a bit of a struggle, but you managed to pull this giant pheasant, this big turkey, out of the suitcase, and it just honks and flaps its wings, and feathers flying everywhere, and it's clearly disturbed.
yeah, I would say it like, especially because the rolls were so similar. I like that the only difference was our modifier. We actually rolled the same.
Yeah.
But I picture that there's just like Scooter's not budging, and you're just pulling on him, and he finally just kind of realizes someone's tugging on me, and so he'll like stand up and turn around, and most likely once he sees like you standing there, he's just gonna stand like straight up and just look down. And like Cube said, just honk.
And I'm gonna look up at this thing and then just like I assume it's by the kitchen. It's like they're probably gonna cook it later. But for whatever reason, I've just saved it and it doesn't seem to be kind of up at it and it's like, yeah, you're welcome. I wasn't gonna let you suffocate, stupid bird.
Kind of like ruffles his feathers a little bit, but then settles back down, and he'll like tilt his head to the side while he's looking at you, and then he'll like lower his head down to almost be at the same height, probably like as you walk by, just kind of like watching you. And then if you turn back around, he just puts his head back into the briefcase.
So is it possible for me to take this briefcase with me?
Abs. Well, if you want to fight Scooter.
Well, that's what I thought I was doing, right? I'll do it again.
What I pictured was you were pulling Scooter away from the briefcase.
Oh, I thought he was massive, so I was picturing pulling the briefcase off of Scooter like if his head was stuck in it. But
Oh,
if it's
I
just
thought you-
like
yeah.
it just
I thought you were
flops to the
pulling
ground
Scooter.
or whatever. Okay.
Oh, he would
Um,
he would like fight you then. Like I would say we would then have to roll initiative.
I'm definitely gonna try to swipe the briefcase. But I'm gonna
Well, I'd even say Price can make a perception check because Price, you're in the briefcase, so
sorry, my kids are in a cardboard box delivering another kid into my room.
Child delivery.
well, that's how they're made.
So this would be more like not a fight, but like a stand. Like I'm trying to reach, but every time I'm trying to reach for this briefcase, this giant bird's honking at me, right? And I'm getting like testy with it. And it's like you have to put this in a lost and found. It's like
Yep.
I don't know why I'm talking to a bird.
You have one kid bring
If-
another
yeah, I
kid.
was gonna say if
Find him.
if he pulls his head out of the briefcase and sees you going for the briefcase, he would put himself between you, kind of probably like we are now, and he would have his wings just fully extended, and he'd be standing up straight, like he'd be posturing.
I definitely feel like I'm faster than this thing. I would try to like just get past it. Try to snag this thing and run. What do we do in that situation?
Well, it depends on what Price is doing because Price heard that. The
Yeah, it would have been
commotion.
in Goblin.
Well, just the disturbance from Scooter because Scooter was literally poking his head in the workshop.
Hmm. So like this is the type of like Scooter is like this though. So I don't know if Price would have heard Scooter messing around, but I don't know if he would have thought anything of it. With a 20, I'm assuming he probably understands something is off. So all of a sudden, probably as you're thinking about trying to get like how to get around this goose to get to this briefcase that's just sitting open in the side of the road, you see the top of a hat poke out, and sort of like from top to bottom just kind of appear, and then it's connected to a very old looking bearded gnome's face, and so just a head pokes out, and then the rest of a small gnomish body kind of clambers out, and it's just now standing in front of the briefcase next to Scooter, and he might not even notice you at first. He's just, Scooter, what are you doing? Oh, hi, hi.
This character, he isn't in like normal goblin attire. It does feel more human or halfling clothes, right? He's got like oversized combat boots, probably too big for him, like baggy pants, tank top, and then not a great sword because he's too small. He's got a long sword. And he just looks unimpressed entirely, right? And he points his eyes from the goose to the gnome, and then he just like kind of nods at Price and says, "Zug zug a gnome."
Okay. Hi, Zug Zug. I'm Price.
Gnome. Zug zug a gnome.
Yep. He's gonna look. He's
He
just like
nods.
very confused, and he's just kind of like looking up at Scooter and then looking back at you. He'll probably turn and like close the briefcase and like the two clasp will just lock, and then you knew?
He's gonna squint a little bit and then just ask, like, I see Subo Longo beats.
Hmm. I gotta introduce you. You'd evolved probably.
Bald?
Yeah. He I don't know what you're saying, but he probably does.
Garorim Chum Chum.
Oh, I don't know what that means. I'm pretty sure I just said. Are you hungry? Is there's food in? He points over like your shoulder, probably toward the tavern.
He looks into the tavern and he kind of opens the door, looks back at Price, and he says, "Multi-pass," and then he goes inside.
Excellent.
All right, so you go in, and I mean, you've been in the town long enough to know the basic workings of how this table functions.
Mhm.
So
This
with
guy
that,
just offered to get me some food, so I'm just waiting on him.
and while you wait, Kaito, are you here? You back yet? You've been muted for a very long time. Kaito-esque AFK. Chicka chicka AFK. Zug zug. So so you are free to enter the scene now.
Marvelous.
So the question is, where are
So
you coming in from, so I could put you on the map appropriately?
I'm thinking from the north, and I think we're gonna see. So first, so Kalia is coming back from the mayor's house and really excited and dragging someone else by the arm. And so you guys are probably going to see, like, well, let's see. Like as Kaito's coming down, we'll just pretend the other token is alongside Kalia while we're doing this. So like I'm coming down and I'm like, Kaito's not going to hear this if they're AFK, but be like, Kaito, my friend is here. You have got to meet her. You guys are going to love her. And we'll pretend they get introduced. And then I'm going to keep running down, be like, guys, wait, where is everybody? Guys? Oh, good. There's Scooter. So everybody can't be too far behind. And then Price, are you out of the book or the briefcase now? Or are you still in the briefcase?
Yeah, he's out now.
Okay. You're like, guys. And I know it's made my friends like be like, Come on, get over. You got to meet everybody. Guys, this is my friend Altani. She's actually the reason I even learned about the Adventurers Guild. She helped get me kind of integrated back into society after I found my way back from the Feywild. Say hi to everybody.
Bryce is gonna mutter to himself, "Where are these people coming from?" Hi.
Hello? Hi. Kalia, I really should go probably check in with Luana before we do all the introductions, but I appreciate it. Hi everybody. I'm Altani. Yeah, got this little troublemaker into the Adventurers Guild when she was a bit younger, and looks like she's doing pretty good for herself. But yeah, I'll check back with you in just a second. And remind me to talk to you. Your parents really need to see you, so you might have to go check in with them.
Oh.
Okay.
There's also a goblin with a sword in the tavern.
Cool.
I
Altani's
guess the
just not sure what to
response is aloha. Hello and goodbye.
Right? Because she's already walking away. All right. And then Altani's going to go over to the guildmistress's office and check in, say hello. And nobody's over there except Kaito, so you guys don't need to worry about that. Then Kalia's still there. Be like, well, yeah, she's pretty busy. She's probably got to get everything set up. I don't know if like my parents sent her by or she was just in the neighborhood, but oh, you guys are gonna love her. She is so much fun. She probably got into more trouble than I did when I was a kid, which is I think how she was able to keep me in check. Well, I'm gonna go see and make sure she gets settled in, but yeah, I'll see you guys around. She walks off.
Oh, hey, Bryce. You'll never believe what happened to me.
What?
So remember how I said we were talking earlier, and I said I was feeling weird and I needed to go like try to meditate?
Yeah?
Well, I did. I've never meditated before, so I made my best attempt. And I think I was contacted by my patron. I'm not quite sure. But I was sent this thing that's going to help watch over me. Pretty cool. And I'm going to point up to it, but it's invisible right now. So you can't see it, but I know it's there. And
Oh, so
and so but you see like me pointing at nothing like an imaginary friend, right?
Oh yeah. So you okay, you meditated, you said who contacted you?
I think it was my patron. You know how like I made a little deal to get some power and like that's how I'm able to do these kind of suspect things.
These things right here, and he's gonna point at this invisible space that you're pointing at.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
what was sent to me. Oh, and also, I okay, you know how like we've been venturing with all these different other people, and I had the long sword and the shield, and I see all the people with two-handers, and they hit so hard, and they can they just look cool, right? And I found out if I concentrate, I can make one of those weapons. And I will pull out my great sword packed weapon to show you. Look,
Oh,
it's a big two-hander. I can swing it.
yeah. Did I hit my head?
Hmm.
Everything's weird all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's totally weird. I think I hit my head too.
There's a goblin in the tavern that was speaking to goblin to me, and he's got a big old sword too. I've never seen him in my life. And then Kalia has
Her friend, I saw.
a friend.
And then
Bryce was
Kaito
he's-
went running off to do, and so
Bryce
yeah,
just kind of leans
it's
next to the wall behind him and just kind of slides down the wall into like a sitting position. I might be getting too old for this.
and I'm gonna prop myself up onto the barrels that I'm kind of standing next to, and be like, sit with you, and be like, yeah. I think you ever heard of that like butterfly wing thing?
I'm a druid, so I hear a lot about butterflies.
Like they flap their wings, and something happens. I think that's how it goes. I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure.
There's probably more to it than that. But a
Well,
lot of things do happen all the time, and they flap their wings a lot, so.
but they might also apply to dragonflies. And when that big dragonfly thingy flapped its wings, things changed.
That was a pretty big old boom when it disappeared.
Mm-hmm. That's my theory. I'm thinking that dragonfly flapped its wings and things happened just like the people say.
Bryce is going to pull out his little notebook and he's going to flip a couple pages and start just like jotting down notes. He's just like, just
And I'm
told Bryce
and in that
something, and
time
he's
I'm
just
going to be just making my great sword appear and disappear. Just appear, appear, disappear.
All right. Is Kaito, you back yet?
I've been here.
Ah, there you are. We've been calling for you like a bunch. You responded.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I just heard a lot of conversations going on, and you guys were talking goblin, so I was trying not to listen so I could pretend I wasn't actually understanding. And I never realized my name was said. Sorry. I was here. I've been here. Hi.
So you would have seen Kalia. I think Kalia was gonna say something to you on the way in with this new
No,
individual.
she just walked right by.
No, I did. I stopped by and I was just like,
You
I was
said,
trying
oh,
to
there's
introduce
Kaido.
you.
Well, that don't matter. And you continued inside the building.
She asked if
No,
you were
I
there like
stopped.
2 or 3 times before
did.
I didn't
running
hear
by.
that.
Because I was going to introduce you to my new friend Altani. Well, my old friend who's new here, Altani.
Oh, I just heard that there's Kaido. That don't matter. I'm just going to go around and she's going to go inside and talk to them. That's all I heard. I'm sorry.
Well, you missed a chunk. That's okay. We'll rewind and basically introduce you to Altani, who was the one who got me into the Adventurers Guild and had helped reintegrate me into society after I came back from the Feywild.
I heard that
So-
now when you were telling them.
Yeah. But yeah. But I was going to introduce you to her, and you were not there, so that's why I kept on. So
Here, I was
Yeah,
literally eating
glad you're
pudding, trying because last I knew there was
Delicious.
goblin being spoken, so I didn't want to hear it and then hear it because I'm terrible at not doing that. So my bad.
all good.
All right. Well, you're inside.
Okay.
Unless there was something you were trying to say that if we want to roll the clock back a little bit and talk with Kaido.
I mean, that's maybe. You like Kaido. Oh my gosh, do
Eh?
you guys know each other? Because you're
Does
both
she
in the
know-
Adventurers Guild. So we'll
I don't
pretend that I'm not in the building, maybe.
I don't know if I would know her.
Gotta do this one at a time, because otherwise I can't move them anywhere. Okay.
And how you get a
I'm
taste
sure-
of what the DM has to do all the time with multiple NPC tokens.
I totally get
I
it.
found out how to move them both at the same time.
How's that?
That aren't stacked on top of each other.
Oh no.
Yeah. But yeah, so well, Kaido, you guys probably know each other from, getting like trained to go to the Adventurers Guild, right? I mean, there can't be that many.
Did you go to
centaurs, right?
Nevermore?
Well, I came in probably through a different way, but I have been over at Nevermore for some supplemental classes. Sure, I probably saw you around, but either way, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, and then at that point, if we rewound time, Kalia would have been like, okay, got to meet the rest of the crew now too, and would have drug her along before we eventually ended up back at the guild mistress's office here. Oh, thank you. So helpful. Which at that point, they'd just be chatting about getting her all settled in, and Kalia is going to learn from Altani that her parents really need her to come home. There's some crisis that they just need to make sure she's home safe and to help them out. So,
Is this all being said in common?
yes, yeah,
Okay, so Kaido at the window actually hears all of this.
probably does hear all of this. Yeah. And so you probably see Altani giving Kalia a letter, and as Kalia is reading it, she's just getting more and more worried looking. So
Hold on, let me roll the thing. Hold on. No, he can't tell.
what can't you tell? Oh, what?
He can't tell you're getting more upset reading this letter. You're just reading a letter to him.
I mean, just she's looking worried. You may not know why, but she's looking worried. So from your perspective, she's gonna probably come back out. Like, well,
Alright.
no, it sounds like there's something going on back at my home village, and looks like I'm going to have to probably go back and check in on them for a bit. But hopefully I can come back pretty soon and keep helping you guys with everything. I hate to leave you in a lurch, but it does at least seem that we have more and more people coming in. So
Sorry. Hold on, rewind. In a lurch?
yeah, kind of
What do you mean
like,
by that?
well, it's like when a larch falls and it makes like a divot and it sticks in the ground, like a
I was
lurch,
looking
right?
at you like, what the hell is a lurch?
I mean, out of character. A lurch
In out of
out
character, we don't know what a lurch is.
Well, a lurch
I
means like,
linked a lurch to you
in-
in Wednesday chat.
right. Yeah. I mean, like out of character, in the lurch, like leaving in the lurch would be like, getting you, like, leaves you stuck, leaves you stuck behind somewhere. Anyway, so, yeah.
I'm more
But-
confused now, but okay.
Oh, well,
Moving
the
on.
tree thing is just a funny thing that Kalia's understanding of it is. So anyway, moving on. But yeah, I hate to leave you guys with so much to do, but I really should get home. I wanted to say bye real quick, and I'm sure I'll see you again real soon. But
Make sure you get a
She's
good
gonna-
goodbye with Bald.
oh
It's gonna
gosh,
be
that's
a
right.
annoying nod.
Well, I'm gonna give you a quick squeeze. Be like, it was really great
No,
getting to
no.
adventure with you.
Yeah.
Take care
Right.
of yourself, okay?
Run past Vault, slaps him on the ass, keeps running.
Right.
Hmm.
Like he's not standing in the right place for me to do that, so she'll just have to come up and be like, guys,
Get your ass off that barrel so she can slap it.
guys,
Oh,
I'm so sorry. I have to dip out pretty fast, but it sounds like my parents are dealing with some stuff. There's a whole bunch of chaos going on at the village, and I really should probably go back and help them take care of that, because it sounds a bit like stuff that had happened before our village got attacked when I was a lot younger, and I'd really hate to leave them without any extra support. But hopefully I'll be back soon, and just try to stay out of trouble, okay? And I'm gonna turn to Scooter and be like, Scooter, you keep a good eye on everybody, okay? And I'm gonna come over to Vald and lean over and whisper something in his ear. Maybe that makes him blush.
That's great.
And I'm just gonna right? Yeah, it's a nice sword. And I'm just gonna kiss my two fingers and put it on his cheek and smile and then walk away.
Well, hate to see her go. Love to watch her leave.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
All right. Oh, actually, before Kalia dips out, let's pretend she went to go talk to Glorp real quick. Hey, Glorp, sorry to disturb you. I know you're really busy, but I have a friend coming into town, and I know I'd left a couple things with you, but whenever you get it identified, feel free to let her use them. Okay. Her name's Altani. You're gonna like her. She's nice most of the time.
Okay. As
Most of
as he is mesmerized by staring into the forge right now, like expectantly waiting for something to happen.
Oh, excellent.
It's like a blind looking at that fiery heat.
Bye, Kaito. I'll see you
Yeah.
soon. All right.
Do you have everything you need?
And I mean, I think so. I should be fine. I got plenty of beef jerky, and oh, here.
Oh, what?
And I'm gonna hand you my gold and stuff that I had gathered. Be like, will you make sure that Altani's all set up, and go
Hey
ahead and
there,
if you
baby.
need to distribute this, go for it. Because I'm not gonna really need this back at home, and I'll catch back up with you guys when I get back.
You remember I'm terrible at math, right?
Oh, that's okay. Well, you can just give it to Altani, and I'm sure she can help you out.
Okay.
What's going on?
Oh,
Trust
Sam,
her.
like,
Running some
Great,
D&D.
thanks. oh yeah, she's very trustworthy.
All right.
A lot less chaotic, surprisingly, than you would think.
As opposed to what?
Some of the other people we've been recently dealing with. I'm just gonna give her a look.
Give who her? a look?
She's good people. I think you'll like her.
All right. So
Well,
careful, okay? Watch out for storms.
Always. Yeah. Watch out for everyone. Make sure Val doesn't get too lonely, Kay.
I mean, that sounds like something only you can deal with. Hi, Bryce.
Like, hey, a healthy
Hey,
romance is good. Hey,
here.
Bryce. Is it dangerous to go alone? Take this.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation, and at the very bottom it says Minor Creation.
Oh, thanks.
It's just gonna be this like tiny palm-sized wagon.
Amazing.
You're not gonna be able to fit in it, but you can take it with you.
She's gonna, her face is gonna kind of like screw up a bit, and you see her fighting back tears. Be like, it's beautiful, Price. I'll treasure this always.
Well, treasure it for
Go.
only a little while, because it's probably gonna disappear soon.
Oh well, I'm glad you told me now, or I
It
would
was
have
just
felt really
a thought.
bad.
Yeah,
for
it would have
losing
been
it.
really, really probably heart-wrenching. It's probably just
I
gonna
love
last
it.
for like a little while.
Well,
Treasure.
Thank
I didn't
you.
have
Thank you for
enough
the
time.
biddies.
It was a
Nice,
moment's
nice.
notice. I would have made
Appreciate
you a
you.
real one.
oh, I wish I would have known. I really
Well-
appreciate it. And she's gonna kind of like almost like pick you up and give you a big squeeze and swing you around a little bit.
Well, she does want to come back, so have it ready for when she comes back.
Yeah, that's a great plan, and you guys can use it in the meantime.
I picture Price is almost kind of like getting shaken around like a doll. He's gonna point at Kaito. Good idea, Kaito.
As I put you down, I'm just gonna put my hands on your shoulders, and be like, Price, you've definitely been the absolute favorite wagon creator I have ever met, and exceptional salesman.
You've
I
met
want you
other
to know.
wagon creators?
I'm gonna be like, shh.
Oh.
Just kind of be like,
I think Price is also gonna be like, shh.
Oh,
right?
sorry.
Be like, I'm just your salesmanship is really impressive. Keep it up,
Mhm.
okay?
Go on.
Make lots
Oh,
of money from all your wagons. Bye, guys.
Bye, Colin.
Bye,
Price
Lana.
is just sitting there waving as his
Oh.
cloak is billowing.
I wanna.
Thanks again for making me feel so welcome, everybody. All right. And then she is gone. Although I think that has to be. Oh, there we go. Now she is technically gone.
Kaido's gonna turn to Price and be like, Bald's gonna be really single now. I told him to get on that.
You did.
I did. More than once.
He's over there
Alana.
playing with his new sword, though.
Well, that's the only sword you should be playing with out in
Mhm.
public.
I don't know. Altani's pretty spicy.
Oh my god.
I pick up on that. She also does have blade mastery, if you know what I mean.
Anywho,
Which I mean, she's really good with swords
hi Luana.
and swinging them. All right. And Altani's going to come over and also peek out the window, like, what's going on
there's
out
all the
there?
bugs again. Oh,
Booyah.
hi guys.
Hey, what's up, dudes?
He just ran Price over.
Hey, which one of you gave the other one a sword?
Which one?
The one that, well, he walked into the tavern. He's got a big old
he
sword
was
on
up
his
here
back.
and he signed paper, some kind of paper with Luana.
Oh,
I have no idea what either of them are saying though.
I didn't know what he was saying either. He just said a bunch of stuff that I couldn't understand.
Yeah, he your problem now. Anyway,
Problem? Is he a problem?
they
Alright,
scamper
that
off as you
sounded-
ask that question, as you hear the pitter patter of
Ominous.
feet, the sounds of
Uh,
elevated hand
Kaido's
slaps.
gonna quickly pick up Price because he has the feeling the chili dogs are coming. Or are they not? Is that not
Oh,
the
yeah,
type
they're
of
gonna
pitter patter
be.
we're hearing? Oh yeah,
Yep.
so Kaido's gonna pick up Price and lift him up out of the way.
Oh, shit.
I got you, don't worry.
Yeah, it's like you heard the elevated hand slaps, the pitter patter, and like a sharp whistle, and then you would have just seen the chili dogs. The chili. What would be a pack of chili dogs? The chili pack.
They're usually in 8-packs.
Mm. Mm.
Hot dog reference. Sorry.
Let me move them.
Now that the wolves have passed, Kaido sit Price gently back down the ground. There you go, bud.
And Luana would turn to Altani with a quirked brow.
I'm going to quirk my brow right back at her, be like, hey, this is your group, not mine. I don't know what their shenanigans are all about. They
Oh,
do seem
she-
nice, though.
She smirks. Well, congratulations. And now, your group.
Say what
Welcome
now?
to the
Oh.
team. And
Oh.
she smirks and goes
Thanks,
pulls up a
Luana.
chair.
Wait, her group? She's in charge
mean-
now? Kaido looks very confused.
Let's see. So with a roll of 24, is she going to gain the insight that the shenanigans are now Altani's problem to deal with? Hopefully. She's hoping for a little more peace and quiet.
So you would gather on the 24 that she basically said, "You're a part of this group now. Congratulations."
Excellent.
Welcome to the group.
Thank you. You all seem really nice. And so welcoming.
Most of us have had our moments.
Yeah, we all get that. I mean, that's kind of life, isn't it?
I was supposed to find Lionel. Does anybody know where he is?
No, who's that?
Minotaur guy?
Oh, when I was coming around into town, I think I saw him coming in. About yay tall. I'm gonna hold my hand like way up. And I can't make my arms extra long, so I'm just gonna do my best to try and
Just an
gesture.
arrow in the graveyard. What?
No scary long arms here.
No,
Says,
the goblins are finally free from Long Arm's tyranny.
For now.
says two? What?
Did you describe how Altani looks, by the way?
Oh, no, I haven't. So she's a medium creature. So probably a little taller than Kalia. A little broader shouldered. Kind of a like platinum like blue hair, almost like early morning sky, bluish platinum. And like really piercing, like bright blue eyes, like the middle of a summer day kind of blue. And she is Asmar, and she doesn't have wings all the time, but she likes to kind of like decorate. She likes having a bit of the motif, if you will. So her outfit is like all like belts and leather and kind of ornate. And then she's got like pauldrons almost looking like of these like iridescent blue black feathers. But yeah, she's also a rogue, so she's got to be somewhat quiet so she can be ornate without having a bunch of like clanging stuff around. But yeah, otherwise, um, kind of.
Hello?
Oh, you
Yeah,
cut
you'll
out.
get to know her. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, kind of, she appears like a more mellow person on the surface. Maybe not too overly excitable, but you don't know what kind of shenanigans she's gonna bring to it. But yeah,
As long
so
as she's not the type that's gonna stab us when we're sleeping, we'll be fine.
I mean, unless you do something that requires stabbing, I can't imagine she would. Don't be too
Noted.
stabbable, Kaido.
Oh wow.
I'm just kidding. She's not really the stab you in your sleep, like without reason type. So you're probably good. But yeah.
I'm gonna go find Lionel unless I need anything.
So you can give me
No.
a perception while I'll switch the camera.
Ooh.
Give some people some
Kaido?
camera time.
Who's doing the perception?
Yeah, Kaido, because you said you're looking for Lionel. So the two in the tavern. What are y'all's up to while all this is going on? Bald and
Well,
Gnome.
Hello. I was told there's. And this is in Goblin. I was told there's a new goblin in town.
He needs a minute. He's probably getting more kid retrieval system in cardboard boxes. That's his. Okay. Got it. Also, what up, Joiny? What up, Greasy? Might take him a minute to do whatever he's doing. So the perception. We'll come back to that moment. Oh wait, nope. He said it in chat. He has to text right at the moment.
Yeah. I know. I am bald. I can speak few languages, so you don't speak common. I speak goblin or
In Goblin, I'd like to reply, why do you just like assume I don't speak common?
well, you didn't say anything.
Nobody asked me.
I just did.
No, I speak common.
So you are new, and I am with the
Mhm.
spider lady. So
Yeah, some like I don't know, bird tamer told me to meet him inside here to get some food and then never showed up.
that must be Price with his big giant goose.
Yeah, he came out of a box.
Yeah, he goes in there. That's his workshop.
So, how'd you get so big?
I'm not a goblin.
Well, you were. I've been here for a while now. I was with my uncle's one arm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Came into that cave. Yeah.
The go.
And you were the same size as me.
Yeah, I might have looked like a goblin, but I'm not
Uh-huh.
a goblin.
Oh, well, because you're tall now, so
No, I'm
just not a goblin
similar.
now. Well, how do I do that?
Ooh, actually, give me a nature history, and that will be for Kuth. Perfect. So you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So, from where you came from and your experiences with, basically your upbringing and being a part of the tribe you were a part of and the overlords that you know, it wouldn't be too out of the way to maybe attribute this large goblin as almost akin to a Big Steve, albeit a weird one, but maybe some kind of a Big Steve.
So, is it like Booyog magic that shot you up?
Nah, not really. I'm like
You have
a
your own clan,
yes, and
and you're
they
the
are
leader.
not quite goblin.
You're the Big Steve.
I I guess I would say I'm the Big Steve of my clan.
But you
Not a
weren't
very
Big
big
Steve
clan.
until you became big, right?
Well, I became
You
big
kidnapped by
as
those
I got older.
adventurers.
I aged and got big.
The big pony boy and the pale woman with the
Thank you so
long
much for the
scary
sub, by the
arm.
way.
Did they kidnap you
No, I don't.
when you were
I don't-
smaller, and then you became a Big Steve, and now you rule over them?
I was never kidnapped. No, nobody really took much of
Well,
a
you were walking with
interest in
them,
me when I was smaller.
and
I just kind of
you
did
went
my
into
own
the
thing.
woods with them.
Yeah, I was getting paid. I'm not a guild member, but I guess
Not
you
a
would call it guild
Uh-huh.
adjacent.
not a guild member, but have to go with them. That sounds like kidnapping. Sorry, that happened to my brother too. Do you know Boblin? Boblin the Goblin? He was kidnapped about 4 years ago by adventurers.
Not familiar with Boblin.
Boblin, yeah. Well, I was kind of hoping that like you could teach me how to get big like you, and then maybe I wouldn't have to work for these people.
Well, I don't think you have to work for these people.
Yeah, it's a clan thing. I have to. My uncle said so.
I mean, I think you can. Well, if you get in with the guild there, you could do whatever you want as a adventurer. You might have to do some jobs, but you'll get paid for them.
You guys are like couriers, right? I've seen what you do. You go out and you grab things and kill people.
But yeah, we take things back and forth, or gather things, or go dispatch things. We accomplish tasks.
You're gonna eat that bird?
You mean the cooked bird?
The eagle.
What eagle?
The loud eagle that got its head stuck in the box.
Well, that's not an eagle. That's just a big goose. And no, that one's not eating. The other one that is already cooked is for eating. Or they might have finished that off. All those the chili dogs and the other thing.
So your friend told me to come in here. Where's he at? Did you
I
tell him to
don't
go
know.
somewhere else?
I think he took off. I think he followed the people up to the guild building.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I'll go grab him and I'll drag him back to you, and then you'll let me watch, right?
Watch what?
When you beat him for insubordination.
Well, I would.
I'll go get him real
have-
quick. I look at this goose, and I'm just gonna like squeeze past this. Is he? Yeah, I could see him from here, right? He's straight in front of me.
Yeah, it's a pretty straight shot.
All right, I'm gonna run because I want to improve, and I'm just gonna go as fast as I can, and just skid to a halt. Right, got these big clunking leather boots, and speaking in, I'm still gonna speak in Goblin, even though I was speaking Common to Vald. Now I'm gonna switch back to Goblin to him, and just try to reach for his hand.
What?
Fin Diddley Autobus.
He's gonna look around a little bit. He's gonna look up at Kaito. This
I have
is
no idea.
Autobus,
Who-
and then just grab his sleeve.
okay. That's my coat. Can you say coat?
And then I turn back
Oh.
to Vald and I say, in Goblin, he's resisting.
He's not resisting. You aren't supposed to bring him. He's a guild member. He's an adventurer, just like I think you are now that you've been signed up.
Do you want me to bite him?
No.
Like,
Coat.
just leave your. Sorry.
Can we speak common so they can understand too?
All right, I switched to Common immediately. You got it, Big Steve.
Coat. What? You could have done that the whole time.
Well, Big Steve didn't ask me to do it until right now.
Big Steve. He's
Your
gonna give
boss?
Vald a look.
Who's our boss? He's gonna
Point to
look up
Vald.
to Kaito.
He thinks I'm the boss.
I mean, my boss is Luana. I don't know what you're talking about.
because I look like a big goblin.
But you're not a goblin.
I know.
You made that
I
very
I
clear
tried to
when we
tell him.
met.
I tried to tell him.
Not a goblin, and then I wink at Vald like it's a very obvious wink. I'm not a goblin either.
Right.
What does Zug Zug mean?
My name is.
Wait. Oh, I thought you were calling me a gnome. You're a
No,
gnome?
His name is Gnome. He
Yeah.
told
My
me.
name
that's
is
gonna
Gnome.
be confusing.
That's what I said earlier.
I told you I didn't know what you said like 4 times.
I said my name is Gnome, and you were like, go in there and get. Like, you were very confused.
Yeah. I was confused because I told
I
you
saved your eagle from that box. It was going to
I
suffocate.
didn't.
You're welcome.
Oh no, he was watching me try to work.
Try to work? Everything
Well,
alright?
I just started, and then Scooter started flapping his wings.
Ah.
And then I met Gnome, who isn't one, and
No, I was named after a gnome.
oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
He
Is it good?
Wait, if he was named after a gnome, does that mean he was named
He's the
after a gnome
son
in
of
general,
One
or the
Arm.
gnome was named Gnome?
he's the son of One Arm.
No, that's my uncle.
Oh,
My mom's razor fart, and my father is infected nose.
Oh.
You see
wonderful.
Bryce's eyes just like widen. He just kind of blinks a whole bunch.
When she was pregnant, right? She was saved by a gnome, and so she said she would name the kid after. But we couldn't remember what his name was. Probably wasn't something great. So they just named me Gnome.
Beats Razor Fart.
What's wrong with razor fart?
A lot is wrong with Razor Fart.
Ooh, you were saying all the wrong things. I'm gonna come up and look like crane my neck all the way up there.
And I'll look down at you, I guess.
And I'm gonna look back to Big Steve. Big Steve, he's being very disrespectful right
What-
now.
Keep in mind, I'm telling this to Kaito. Remember, in as with these goblins we've interacted with, they think bad is good. Remember? So probably in their naming.
So me by
Things that
saying
are
the name
bad.
is bad means it's good to them. So why is he
Yeah.
getting upset?
Don't know.
No, see, I speak common, and I could hear the oh, why would they name it that tone in your voice.
So you're not like all the other goblins, and you don't think bad is good.
Why would I think bad is good?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
Tell that to the Booyogs.
Oh, my uncle's a booyog.
Yep.
Your friend mutilated him permanently for life.
My friend? What? Who?
Mhm.
He's gonna like a ball.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
what is he talking about?
That one guy.
What one guy?
The barbarian guy before you.
Big boss.
I've never
Fire
even met
hair.
him. He's not my friend.
You look exactly alike.
The other guy was a centaur.
No, he wasn't.
I don't know what that
He was
is.
just big.
He was big. He was bigger than Big Steve. He was the biggest Steve.
Okay. So, you know what?
So Kaito, you rolled a 13 on your perception to look for Lionel, and where you looking?
Whatever direction they said they thought they saw him in when they were coming in. I don't remember where that was.
All right. So he was when you first came in. He was actually in the north. Because when you first saw Lionel, he was coming around this north building. So somewhere around the guild hall, probably.
No, after I was here, I asked Talia and Atani, and they said somewhere. When they were coming in, they saw him.
Oh,
Kaito has
alleyway.
not seen Lionel at all. Because he was here when I first loaded in,
That alleyway is
but he
where he
was
was
not
last seen.
there by the time I moved up.
Yes.
So Kaito has no idea.
So with your perception of 13, I mean, you don't see him from where you are.
Yeah.
At this point, you see Luana walk up to the window next to Altani. So, now that introductions have all been provided, it has been a interesting day. And, you know, at this point, you guys have been in town long enough. Basically, it's you've been in town all day. Because there was the whole, you got into town, informed Luana, got money, people tried to steal tables, there was a lot of food, interacting with NPCs, talking to Glorb, let's see, new people coming into town and meeting them. So I'd say it's, you guys have definitely spent a good most of your day in town. A lot's happened in a day.
Usually how it goes.
But with that being
Yeah.
said, Luana's standing there and just watching the shenanigans.
What's up, Luana?
Oh, it just reminds me of the days of when I was an adventurer. All the
I'm gonna
interesting
turn her and be
people you
like-
would meet.
Be like, well, it's never too late to get back into it. Sounds like these guys have been having a lot of fun.
I
I
love
would
words
s-
you could use for it.
If I were to get into it, then who would be in charge of keeping this lovely guild hall in such great condition? And she smirks and looks over to the dryad or drider. That's, you know, the drider doesn't just sit in that corner all the time. They move around, but I just leave the token there because as a represent that they are in that room.
Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna give her a kind of a smug look and be like, uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the adventuring life, it would take you away from all this responsibility, huh? Yeah, I get it. I was like, not too shabby. Just give her a smirk and a wink.
He winks back. Life is so difficult as a guild mistress. What can I say? Somebody has to do it. I'm a hero in my own right.
Well, I've heard stories, and honestly, that actually sounds pretty accurate. You were quite a handful in your heyday. Well, glad you're here keeping an eye on things. I know we're in good hands. Oh, and where can the girl get some food?
The table.
I'm gonna hear that kind of muffled through the window, be like, wait,
I mean, the window's open. I've never
Oh,
shut
yeah.
it.
Oh, fair. Like, a
Unless
table?
someone shut it when I wasn't paying attention.
I mean, I generally do enjoy tables for eating. Do you guys have a tavern or?
Down there.
Is the tavern called the Table? Is that how I find it? And I'm gonna kind of look down the street for a sign.
I
You see
Flex.
a pile of debris moving down the street.
Oh. Do you need help there?
Oh, don't. You don't want to do that.
Eh?
Oh, too late.
It looks. I mean,
Oh.
looks like you're doing okay. But do you need a hand?
They drop everything and it just scatters in the road. You got something for Flex to carry?
I mean,
Oh
were you doing
Flex.
okay? I mean, those are some pretty nice muscles there, friend. You know what? You probably had that just fine. My mistake.
So
I'd be like, here,
you-
let me load you back up.
you know in like an anime when like there's a like dude that flexes and there's just like this weird like glisten and like shine on the muscles when they do so, that's basically him. He
Excellent.
stops to pose. Yeah, you need something carried. Oh yeah. I flex and I carry.
Excellent. Well, I will definitely keep you in mind, and I will keep an eye out for some extra heavy things that'll be worthy of those muscles.
Flex help you. You need lift?
I'm good for now, but thank you, Flex. Do you need a
Okay.
hand getting all this stuff back up on like carried? You got it?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, brother.
Well, I'll be off to find this table, I guess. Interesting name for a tavern.
He's gonna shy it, but everybody's blocking the road.
Like, oh,
you
there's
hear-
a wagon.
You see the Flex like kick this door open
Oh,
and yell something from the inside.
express.
And then
Oh, actually,
immediately after you hear the sound of a crossbow bolt getting jammed into a wall. Die, some bitch! Don't sneak up on me! And you just hear
Over
some
here.
old man yelling.
well, Tanya was just kind of like looking in windows, like, is it over here? Is this it? Oh,
Over
and
here.
then she saw Kaido. Oh,
Oh no,
hey, this
No
is
motion to
pretty
the table.
cozy.
Just
my
tell them what you
screen.
want.
There it is.
And I'm gonna
Discussion.
assume that it's like there's maybe somebody invisible on table. Be like, excuse me, I would like a roast beef sandwich, please.
He'll lay a coin down for her.
I'm gonna be watching the coin.
You put a coin down, it disappears.
Oh, hey, that's
Give
a
it a
pretty neat
second.
trick. Kind of
Wait.
looking around.
What did she ask for?
Oh, roast beef sandwich.
Oh, roast beef sandwich.
And a deli fresh roast beef sandwich appears.
In the-
Ooh, hey, that's pretty nice. And I'm just gonna pat Table, be like, thanks, Table. This looks
something to
great.
do with the pact and pay magic and stuff and things. You pay it, you tell it what you want, you get what you want.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay, it's all
But we
coming
have
together
learned
now.
that if you request something like a door, it still shows up as food.
Oh,
We had a licorice door. What happened to
Man.
that door anyway?
there was a town I passed through a while back that they used to have, during their winters were really long, so they had to entertain themselves. They used to have baked goods and try and build houses out of them. And whoever's house lasted the winter would get a prize. And then there was like, I don't know, the
Huh.
gingerbread house competition. I don't know, but it was pretty cool. I bet with this table's help, and I'm gonna like pat it. Like, I bet you guys would have a pretty massive competition.
I have no idea, but it did make me think of Sweetie.
Ah, sweetie. Delicious sweetie.
You didn't know him.
No, I know. That was
Okay.
that was an out of character
Okay.
Talia memory. Yeah, no. Well, I'm sure Sweetie was a very sweet person. She
Yeah.
says questioningly while taking a big
He
old
was
bite
a
of
man thing made out of gingerbread. It was a whole thing.
Oh, I didn't realize there were any
Yeah, Max ate his hand.
food people around. That's well, the more you
And then
know.
Kalia, I think, went home with a leg.
That sounds cannibalistic, but I mean, I
It
guess
grows
different
back, and
cultures,
he
different
was
people.
okay with it. It was very weird though. Yeah.
That's fascinating. Well, I'll have to ask her about it when she gets back.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for introducing me to this place, and
Yeah, of course.
I'll probably where do you have quarters for the guild members, or I mean, I can always just
I have
put
no
a blanket
idea.
down here.
I actually kind of stayed with the mayor.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah.
I've heard good things
Yeah.
about this guy.
Have you not met him?
Well, I was coming in to say hello and introduce myself when Kalia snagged me on her way out of his house and pulled me into town. So I really haven't actually gotten a chance to go in there yet.
He's a good man. You'll like him.
I've heard good things. His
I definitely look up
reputation
to him.
precedes him.
He's
Well,
gonna
that's
have
good
like
to
a knowing smirk.
And she's clueless about what you are also saying from that innuendo.
I actually look up to him.
Which is saying something, being a centaur.
8-foot tall centaur.
Well, I won't keep you. I'll just settle in here, and you guys can send me to a room if you need me out of here. But yeah, I guess convene in the
I
morning.
think there's rooms on the other side of the wall there. We have to like go out and around the building to get to them.
Oh,
I
well,
took a nap there earlier.
I will check that out. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
She's also going to go over and grab a pint, and then go and sit down next to the fire and eat her sandwich and drink her beer.
Everything good? Everything all right? Doesn't see Turtle Man outside very often.
So he currently has his back to you. He looks like he's kneeled
Does his
down.
ears not work if his
and-
back is to somebody?
Oh, he's not responding.
Oh.
But he is like looks like he's petting chompers.
Oh, all right. Have a good one.
As you're leaving, you faintly hear the sounds of "Oh, hello."
He's like, I ain't going back. Right, she has a sandwich. She's settling in, I suppose. What
Let me
are
see
we
if I
supposed to be doing
can
now?
transition to nighttime. There we go. So many light sources that
Oh, it got hella dark.
nighttime.
Oh, there goes the sun.
There goes the sun. So, I was also seeing if my lighting stuff was going to work right. But yeah, it's definitely turning to evening, and the only sources of light would be ambient light from non-destroyed houses, and there's some street lanterns, not really street poles or lamps. Um, but yeah, it's nighttime, and the people who still have homes are, they're turning in. Hey, what's up, Fallen? And yeah, it's just kind of the sounds of the day have died down a good bit. The goblins are, there's some out and about, but even goblins do sleep.
Right. Hey, gnome, Lewis, right? No.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Nah, I do want to apologize. Yeah, I shouldn't have said what I did about the names.
It's alright. I'm used to it. That's just kind of how people treat goblins.
Oh, still, I apologize. Uh, Kaido, by the way.
Gnome.
Right, do you know where you're settling in at for the night, or?
Oh, yeah. I got a place. I can take you if you want.
Do you want to take me to your place?
Yeah, alright. Come on.
Okay.
Big Steve, you need anything before we go to bed?
Vault.
Do
I can get
need
you
anything?
anything you need. Yeah. What, like, I can get you that guy's beard, and I point at Price. I can get you anything.
N- No, you're good.
And then you just
Oh.
remember when we're out and we're working together, and maybe you remember how you got so big, and who also would appreciate this? Gnome.
Okay, I will try to figure that out for you.
All right. Thanks, boss. Come on, Kaido.
Oh, this is okay. I don't know what I just signed up for, but I'll see you guys later.
Okay, good luck.
Uh, you might have to duck. It's a chicken coop.
No, it's all right.
I've got newspaper spread out. It's fine.
It's okay. Do you want an
What do you-
actual room?
I thought you were gonna spend the night with me, and we were gonna become friends and like bond and everything. Is there something wrong with my house?
I'm
So
pretty
generous
sure
with
I'm
this, Steve.
not gonna fit in there. How tall is this chicken coop? How tall is it?
Not big enough for a centaur.
Yeah, he's like looking at it and he's like, I'm pretty sure I'm taller and longer than this thing is.
You could just put like your elf half inside and your horse half outside.
He's gonna get you all luck.
I could
like,
totally
"Ah."
imagine Kaito like trying to kneel outside the coop and like just stretches like is like laying on his like elbows inside the coop.
Yeah, he ain't doing it.
Hey, he just saw a giant eagle doing it. Kaido could totally do it.
Yeah.
No, kind of can't. I really appreciate it, and it's very kind of you, but I really am sure I'm not going to fit in there without breaking something.
Oh,
And I
Okay.
don't want to break it. I'm sorry.
he just looks dejected.
You could stay at where I sleep if you wanted for the night, I guess.
No, I get it. It's all right. Good night.
Okay.
And he
Poor guy.
grabs this little newspaper and covers himself up.
Oh.
You know what? I think I still have that pillow that Price had given me that one time. Yes, I do. He's gonna put that pillow in there. Here. I'm gonna remove it from my inventory.
Before removing it, I'll just drag it to his.
Oh, I just put down to 0. I have no amount of it, but yeah, you can drag it. I wasn't gonna delete it.
Nah, Gnome's eyes get really big, and he says, "This is from me."
Yeah, you can have that.
Nobody's ever gave me anything before.
No one ever.
My brother left some clothes, and then like he plucks like his tank top and like his pants. I don't think it counts because he doesn't know I'm wearing them. He might know him, Boblin the Goblin.
I don't think I met him.
Yeah, he got kidnapped by adventurers like 4 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, where I mean, he made a big name for himself, and he doesn't hang out with goblins anymore because he's a fancy adventurer and he's got better things to do.
So he wasn't really kidnapped. He just joined a party.
Or he was kidnapped at first,
Oh,
and then apparently they just like took him on as like a pet, and then they renamed him Boblin, and
renamed him. What was his name?
now he's just Yuckbuck.
Yuckbuck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was named that because my mom threw up a lot when she was pregnant. And so they
Oh.
always had like a bucket and like they would catch it and then it just became known as the Yuck Bucket. And they thought that was like a fitting name, Yuck Buck.
Interesting way to get a name.
Yeah, Gnome doesn't sound so bad now, huh?
I never said no was bad.
All right,
Have a good
well,
night.
there's plenty of room in here. I've got this fancy pillow. Okay, good night.
Good night. The way he's going in there, he's gonna break something. Oh, you guys are still here.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
you're back.
Uh-huh. We'll have to get him somewhere actually to stay. He's currently in the chicken coop.
Yeah,
Why?
doesn't working with the guild give you like one of these nice rooms to stay in?
Not that I know of. I mean, when we first got here, Kit kind of, I don't know, shenanigans our way into staying at the mayor's. I don't even have an actual place of my own.
We were just when we started working for the guild, we were allowed to use these open in rooms.
Well, I mean, this place is also constantly rebuilding because it keeps getting attacked or destroyed by storms. So we could also just furnish something.
That's true. Yeah.
Unless they're just happy being where they are. I don't know.
I don't know, but you remember the pillow you gave me? I gave it to Gnome.
Yeah, it's probably time to go to sleep. Also, well,
I thought
do
Max
we
gave
have
you that pillow.
like
Was
an
it Max?
objective?
I thought Max gave you the pillow.
I don't
Max
remember.
gave-
Someone gave me a pillow, and I've been carrying
Yeah.
it all
I
this
think
time.
that was Max when we
Max
were in
gave
the
Price the
haunted
pillow.
house.
This is what's funny.
Not
is
haunted
OOT,
house.
Max gave Price the pillow. Price gave the pillow to Kaito, and now it's back with Cuth.
Full circle.
That's how
I
you
thought Price
grandfather
gave
your
it to me.
items.
Yep, exactly. Right. So are we gonna do anything in the morning? Do we have a plan?
I mean, I have my run in the
Didn't
morning.
we get some mission or something earlier this morning?
I have no mission. Well, Glorb asked for shiny stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
I do
tell you
need to
what.
ask Glorp for a proper pick.
We
So if you
need
ever
to
find
look-
Oregon.
We need to look into seeing what happened with that the ruby that I got from the lava in the morning.
Oh yeah. And then he has that sword to identify. But
He's got a lot of things. So I
He's
didn't
got a
find.
lot
Kaito,
of stuff.
can
He
you
has
do
like
me
a
a-
whole bunch of things that we gave him. Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Can you pull out your great axe and so I can see what it looks like?
Me? My
Uh-oh.
ex?
I want to see.
Okay. He's gonna
Bryce
give
is
you
gonna-
a like
Bryce is gonna
suspicious
step back.
side eye. But he'll pull it out like this is Flame Lash.
Okay. And
Uh-huh.
while you do that, I'm going to
Uh-huh.
He's trying to show off. Just watch.
No, I pull out mine and I'm studying yours and my
Uh-huh.
new summoned great axe. And I'm looking at the differences. And then
You
I
don't
put
have
it
the
away
runes that I have.
and then I resummon it and it looks closer to yours. I'm like, okay. Thanks. And then I'm just gonna unsummon it and I'll work on that later.
I don't think you'll ever get the working runes on yours though. You'll put his axe away.
All right, you two. Look at my axe.
Oh?
Do you have an
I
axe?
don't have one. I was just trying to be part of the cool kids. I'm gonna go to sleep.
You're a cool kid. Don't worry about it.
Maybe that sword we could have him forge it into a hammer or something that you can use, a club, right?
He has a club.
I know, but like,
Well, I got a stick from Glorb. Yeah.
What's a club but just a fancy stick?
Well,
maybe we could get the okay. So there's a magical item that's a
Mhm.
longsword. Maybe we can get it reforged into a metal club. That's magical. I don't know how those things work.
You want to make a
Well,
mace.
Mace?
I know. I
That's
know. I
basically a
am.
metal club, isn't it?
He's gonna Price is gonna lift up his arms and just kind of flex on both ends, and then with one arm just kind of flex in his chest. I know I'm really strong, but I might just not. I'm okay. You know, if I was gonna bother Glorb with anything, I would try and get some sort of
magical sign.
Well, we'll work on it. I was gonna say some sort of protective garment so that I don't get hurt.
Oh. Do you want my old leather armor? Studded.
Well, yeah, I can. I was thinking about maybe something.
There. He's gonna get into his bag and then pull out the old the set and hand it to him. I don't know if it'll work for you, but you can try it.
What is this?
Studded leather armor.
Think for price that much leather, you could probably make 10 sets.
Well, it fits on
You calling me
Kaito, right?
fat?
No, I'm calling you big.
A fucking centaur. Well, so Price is gonna open up his coat. I do have, leather, sort of curious, as they might say, but I probably mispronounced that. I might try and talk to Glorb.
Well, we'll talk to
Or-
him in the morning, right?
Yeah, well, he's
Well,
he's
you wanna
actually
keep
probably
that.
still working. But yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep.
You keeping the studded leather armor and giving it back to him.
Come on, Drake. Let's go.
Question mark?
All right. What'd you say? Sorry.
Are you keeping the leather armor he handed you, or are you handing it back? So I know. If
No, I would hand it back.
Okay, I'll leave it on my sheet.
Yeah,
I apparently have two of them, and I don't remember where I got the second one.
it might have been a duplicate when you were moving stuff.
No, it's on my original too.
You have a
I don't-
+1 and then normal.
No, I have two normals on my old and new sheet. I
Oh yeah,
picked up
because you
an
probably
extra
would have
set
picked up
somewhere.
on something.
Yeah, I just don't remember when or where.
It could have
Right.
been when you were importing the +1, maybe, and it wasn't working.
No, I had that before I even got that thing from Santa.
Gotta check
Oh,
what
okay.
her
Well,
I just don't remember where I
check
got the second
was.
set.
17.
right.
Wait, no, it's not
Bryce
17.
and Scooter are going to.
No, 17. Okay.
Here we go. Bryce is going to jump on Scooter. I'll see you in the morning, Kaito.
See you in the morning.
He's going to ride down.
What is
God.
this? What is this? Yeah,
It- It's a empty house right now with many
it's
scorch
now
marks.
Kaido's. He's gonna figure it out. It'll be fine.
And so,
He doesn't want to
For-
keep burdening the mayor. Okay, he'll live in a
for a
birdhouse
little bit of
house.
imagery, because this just popped in my head and I don't know if I've
Hold on,
done
let
this
me-
before. Typically, Scooter will go like into the briefcase, but at this point, since I don't think familiars sleep, and it's technically a familiar, Price is going to go into his briefcase down here, like just outside of the pin at the very bottom of the town, or the southern end of the town. He's going to climb into
Oh.
his briefcase, close. Huh?
You went there, that exact route?
Yeah.
Jeb,
Oh, hey, Jeb, why are you awake? And seeing that, Price is
So,
going to.
with your passive perception, Jeb was napping by the water. So when you came by with Scooter making a bunch of noise,
We just fucking
you
woke him up.
woke him up.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to cast Sleep on Jeb.
How many hit points does that affect?
I have
Let's
no
see.
idea. I've never used this spell.
Oh, then what's it look like
It's
as
different
you?
now.
What's it look like as you cast it as a spell that you've never casted before?
He's going to. Jeb's going to walk up and like as he's setting his briefcase down, and he'll stand up and he'll scoot his briefcase over a little bit because of what is maybe going to happen next, but he'll just kind of reach out and you know,
Wisdom
like
saving throw. Oh.
kind of like go from like almost like forehead between the eyes down the nose on Jeb, just little pats and pets. All right, Jeb, we gotta get you tuckered out, okay? You gotta get some rest. Sorry for waking you.
Wisdom save. Where's the save on this sheet? There it is. Saving throw.
Yeah, I guess it's just a DC Wisdom saving throw or DC 15.
Okay, I'll give it this. So you head pat Jeb, and the reptile just falls asleep
There
right
we
in the
go.
middle of the road. And it's not
Yeah.
even a graceful one where it's like he curls up and lays down. It's just you
Oh,
pat him on the
no.
head and he just collapses like a sack of bricks.
Oh shit! I've never done that before. I didn't know that was gonna do that. He's kind of just monologuing to himself. So then he slides his briefcase over a little bit. He'll be like probably right here, and he's gonna open up the clasps very quietly now, not to wake up Jeb. He's gonna climb in, and it's gonna shut very slowly and softly. Clasp will shut, and then Scooter will, just like a goose would do to their egg, he will sit on top of the briefcase.
All right. So one suitcase, one chicken coop, one
Yeah.
stealing somebody's houses and cleaning it. And what's Altani doing throughout all this?
She was just enjoying her sandwich and a pint next to the nice cozy fire. And then after she finishes, she'll put the plate and the glass on the table and pat the table and say, "Thanks again. That was delicious." And then we'll wander out. She'd heard something about, the stirring the wall that Kaito had mentioned about there being a room over here. So she's like, "Oh, alleyway, alleyway. Ah, okay.
Give me
There's
a
one."
perception check.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find your way through the unusual maze of where doors are located.
All I remember is that Kaido told me that there's a door down an alleyway. So I figure if I find the alleyway, I can probably find the door. Well, this is a door in an alleyway.
Hold on, let me get
Hello?
you guys a camera.
Anybody? Oh, good. It's empty. Well, this looks promising. And she'll climb into the bed away from the door, get settled in. Well, probably get settled in and then climb into bed. Not
And I'm
necessarily
guessing you
with
close the door
full gear
behind
on.
you.
Yeah, she does.
Because I'm like, it's open. All right. So you guys settle in for the evening, it seems like.
Yeah.
Some of you confiscating houses. Or rooms, I should say.
Hey, I was told it was for free use, so
Yep. And the new map that I have for all this is it's done, but I gotta fix some stuff. Because big file size equal not good for server. So my approach moving forward is probably gonna be splitting, like trying to see if I can build a overmap kind of like this one, but it not necessarily being to scale, and then have like key points that are individual locations as like buildings, like as scenes, but then you guys also split up a lot, so I gotta figure out how to work that into things. But the blueprint's done, and for the most part I have it. It's just there's some edge cases I did not think about. Anyway, but don't worry, there will be a Delruth 2.0. Assuming the town stops getting set on fire, destroyed by storms, raided.
after this last time, doesn't it just make it easier to build it into something new, right? This house gets torn down, we build it with the doors in the walkways instead of the alleyway. Easy peasy.
Wishful thinking. You do recall there are goblins at the head of the construction. Anyway,
And,
That's fair.
and the plans have the doors in the places they are.
But do they though? I thought we helped them design something new.
I mean, Glorb has been
Like early
extremely
on.
busy with a lot of side projects recently. Yeah, he's gonna be back in there. But
Maybe we should spend some time helping guide the building sessions going on around here.
also wishful thinking. So nighttime turns to day, because I only have a day-night cycle. I have like let's see, is there a... No, there's not like a midday cycle. So yeah,
What? No
it's...
sunrise? Just kidding.
I mean, from this angle, you are the sun. Anyway,
That was too cheesy. I'm sorry.
Which I realized last time you guys were singing that I was muted, but I was singing along with you, just so you know.
so I would say, in the morning, you all hear the sounds of roosters crowing, roostering. And the first person who's going to be immediately awakened by this is going to be Gnome, because he is in the chicken coop. And there's a rooster right next to him, just
Yeah,
screaming its
I'm
head
aware.
off.
I know I don't. This isn't. I couldn't afford this. I have like 3 roommates and they're all chicken.
Do they have names?
Yeah, but they're weird names.
Is there an Alberta?
No, it's like
Oh.
David, Thomas, and I think
Pete.
Glenn is the third one.
No, Glenn.
Yeah, really, really weird, abnormal names.
But
Uh,
so what do you do with the
that
pillow?
abnormal. Maybe for chicken it is.
Well, it's no razor fart. It's no, infected nose, right?
So you wake
Okay.
up first, and
Well,
I don't know,
Mr.
you got
Runs
the
every
pillow.
morning wouldn't have woke up first.
Well, I'm just saying, no one would probably be the first one because he was sleeping like literally next to the roosters.
Mhm.
Like that.
Yep.
Imagine
And,
that going off right in your ear. That's gonna wake you up real quick.
Oh, I'm used to. I'm a little hearing impaired because of it. I just pat the rooster. Like, we're just used to each other at this point, and I've got a soft spot for birds, right? So I just give him a pat, and then it's like, all right, time to get this morning run out of the way,
Soft
as I do
spot
every
for
single
birds.
morning.
So as these roosters are starting to make noise, off in the distance there is another bird that is hearing the call, as it were, and Scooter
They're all over the map, so I gotta zoom out way far.
is going to
That's the
thunderous
size of my
honk.
map.
The hell was that?
That means pretty much everyone in town needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
It's just within 30 feet.
Which is only Price and Jeb.
Oh, the Constitution saving throw is 30 feet. Well, the honk is heard within 300 feet. That's what I was reading.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of it, was just to honk really loud.
Let's
Did
see
Kaido
here.
say that in character?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, those are just the roosters. They do this every morning.
No, that was a very loud honk. I
Trust
think
me,
about it
it
with
was it was a rooster. Roosters and chickens are different.
Mm.
I don't want to brag, but they're kind of my roommates.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, I'm gonna go into the woods and see if I can like valuables or money or anything, and then bring it back for the clan.
Oh, have a tape rip? You not
Yeah.
have breakfast?
No, I'm not allowed breakfast until I bring back like something worthy and valuable.
You said you can't have breakfast.
It's customary.
From who?
I'll be back in like 30 minutes. Like, I'm really fast. It doesn't take me.
Mm-hmm.
You probably couldn't keep up. And then I just start
You want to
running.
bet? Oh, you challenged him. He's after you now. How can I move?
So a goblin and a centaur go running into the woods.
I'm Naruto running too. Arms like in a V shape behind me.
Oh, anime run. All right, so the race is on.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea how fast he moves, so I have no idea.
I'm gonna burn some focus, a focus point, and then that'll let me go 110, 165 feet.
With a dash or without a dash?
Yeah, with dash.
I'll go 160 with just a dash. So yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So finally someone that runs faster than Kaito.
He has to burn extra stuff to do it, though.
Well, you don't know that in
I
character.
can't
You
keep
just
this
know
up.
that he's going as fast as you, if not faster.
Okay. Wait. Okay, how long can you keep this up? Those words did not come out right. How long can you keep this up?
All day.
Bet. He hasn't had a good run partner in a long time.
Yep. All right. In approximately, let's see, these are 6 seconds each. Let's burn all of them.
Oh no, you're gonna regret that.
So 42 seconds later, I'm gonna drop down to a speed.
However, in 42 seconds, like because the forest isn't that far, and if you're moving, you said what 160 feet?
Mm.
Yeah, like the first 160 feet is you're definitely gonna be hitting the woods. Like just
I don't
as
forgot
an
what he was
idea.
coming out here for. He's having a good old run.
This is a
Hope he
rough
remembers what
idea.
he's out here for.
This map. So this map
Gnome's like
from
3'2". He's just a
Yeah.
green blur right now.
and this map is 220 feet. So it's not an entire like extra village's length to the forest. So after the first, so the first sprint would get you into the woods. So if that matters at all of your racing,
Oh, well, we're racing to find the stuff, right? So, could I do like a perception check? Like, even if it's just a cool stick, just anything I could bring back to be like,
Oh, Kyle,
You know,
Kyle
I've
forgot
earned my
about that part of the mission. Just having a run.
yep, give me a perception.
12.
Let's see, a
Come on, you gotta be able to
12.
at least find a cool rock with a 12. Come on, we're in a forest. There's rocks everywhere.
Yeah, I'm just thinking what kind of thing you would find on a 12.
A rock
It-
shaped like a
Like
hedgehog.
you find a thing, it's just a matter of what thing. Let's say you find a exceptionally smooth, like rounded stone. Good for skipping on water. If there were,
Alright,
water.
I've like skidded to a halt as soon as I saw it, ran up to it. I'm gonna hold it up to Kaido and say, do you think Big Steve will like this rock?
Who's Big Steve again?
He's your boss. He's the leader of your clan.
My boss is Luana.
Mm,
She's your boss too.
that's not what Big Steve said.
Did he say it, or did he just not argue with you?
I don't understand the difference.
The difference is Vald is very good at just accepting things to not cause a problem.
Who's Vald?
The guy you're calling Big Steve.
Oh, Big Steve.
His
So you
name's
think you'll
Vald.
like this rock?
I mean, it matches his head.
It's my first day. I'm trying to make a good impression.
Well, I don't know if you need to make a good impression.
What are you gonna bring him?
Oh, I don't bring him anything.
Well, you
Usually.
came out here to help me look.
I came out here at the challenge of running, and it was a blast.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun too. I don't want to brag, but I'm the fastest goblin in the whole town.
I'd have to agree with that. I think you're the first person that I had to actually keep up with.
Oh, I'm also the most aerodynamic. It used to be my uncle, but then your friend, ripped his arm off, and
Oh,
now he has trouble with balance. That's all right. He had an
really
ego.
like the guy.
Oh, he's one of the booyogs.
No. Not
Let's
your
hide
uncle,
their
the
tokens
guy
because
who
they wouldn't have
ripped
been
his arm off.
there when they went out.
Bob was saying he was there before I was.
Oh, big boss.
Guess.
I did wonder if your Big Steve is in charge now. Are we still planning on taking over the town, or is that being put
Taking
on
over
hold?
the town. As far as I know, that's not the plan ever.
Oh, sorry, I was just making a joke. Anyway, this
Mhm.
stone, Big Steve's gonna like it.
I mean, it matches his head.
It's good enough for me. All right,
Good to
I
run
just
back?
wanted to have a morning routine. Yeah, we'll run back.
Burning another one,
This
or
whole thing took 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna burn.
Nyom.
while we were doing the run, you can see what they were doing. How about that?
Yeah, I'm gonna see what other people are doing. So let's see. So Price, Vold, and sorry, it's gonna take me a minute to get used to the new name. Altani.
No problem. Well, after a very restful sleep, Altani was so grateful to be off the road and in a very comfortable bed. So,
And not
so
harassed by bandits or random
that was
creatures
great.
or predators or
It was amazing. She didn't have to stab anybody in her sleep.
there's always tomorrow.
One can hope. Well, she stretches and yawns and saunters over. Figures she'll stop by the tavern, get some breakfast. I mean, this is the easiest breakfast she's ever had in a while. So plunk down a coin and be like, let's see. Surprise me. Something breakfasty. What does she get?
Nothing yet. You might be there a while if that's what you're waiting for. How long do
Really?
you wait?
At least a couple minutes. Maybe she's thinking it's deeply considered. I don't know. Is it hard for it to make something breakfasty?
You have no idea, but nothing shows up.
She'll get a breakfast pint. It's got good calories for the morning. And go sit by the fire waiting for breakfast. She'll just figure maybe they're busy. Maybe they're thinking real hard about it.
Oh, the coin
So that's what
hasn't
she'll do for the next
disappeared
few.
yet.
Oh. Be not acceptable? And she'll grab it and put a different coin down.
And what's your request?
Uh, something for breakfast.
The coin remains there.
Not specific enough, maybe.
Bacon and
Let's
eggs.
see. I'm thinking, how about some spiced waffles? And
At,
yeah, bacon. Bacon sounds good.
at that request, the coin disappears. In front of you appears a fresh batch of waffles with a little bit of butter on top, a little tiny cup of like syrup next to it, and you said bacon and a few
Mhm.
strips of bacon off to the side.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you. She'll grab her plate and enjoy. Actually, she'll take her plate on a walking
Who
breakfast.
said it was a plate? You didn't request a. Oh, I was kidding.
Well, I mean, the plate could also be made of waffle. That is acceptable.
No, there's a plate.
Okay. So she'll walk in, she'll kind of peek in, be like, good morning, Smith. I just wanted to poke my head in. I'm Altani. I'm from the Adventurers Guild and I'll be around. So please do let me know if you need anything that will help make your work any easier, okay?
Shinies. Shinies.
Mm.
And stuff.
The metal? All right. Do you need shinies of the metal or gemstone variety?
Yes.
All right. Well, I will bring you the shinies then. In fact, here,
Grateful.
Mhm.
For
and
stuff.
here to get you started. She'll take a handful of coins out of her pouch and put them in his hand.
Ooh.
Thank you, for your work, Smith.
Shinies. And then you see him like walk back to the forge and stare at it intently.
Really seems to like that forge. Must be waiting for it to heat up. And she'll poke her head into the shop here. Like, good morning. I'm just introducing myself to the town. I'm Altani with the Adventurers Guild, and if I can help make things better for you here, just let me know what you need. Are you residents or merchants here? This looks like a wonderful little shop.
So when you walk in, this very pretty, I mean, it's medium, so large in quotations. Creature walks up to you with this like 6 legs and spiky body and almost like glowing bluish eyes, sharp teeth and claws. Oh wait, sorry. 6 legs? No. It's 8 legs. Just the
Well, she's not sure what it is. It looks like it might have been familiar, but she doesn't have a clue. But does she sense at least its intent of being friendly?
Give me a sec. I'm trying to find the image of Chomper. Because it doesn't let me like click on the token and show you the image. I have to like go into the actual folder and scroll down and then find Chompers.
I mean, I do remember out of character. I remember what Chompers looks like. I'm just more thinking in character. If she doesn't recognize his species, she wouldn't know not to look into his eyes.
So let's see, on the 15. Yeah, with the history you're not sure, but on the 15, it's that's fine. It's not hostile.
Okay.
Because it just walked up to you and just like sniffed your leg.
I'll walk down and be like, "Oh, hello, little one. Well, not so little one. You seem pretty friendly." And she'll kind of probably. I'm okay. She's gonna grab some jerky and be like, "Would you like? Can you?" And I'll turn to the others in the room, and be like, can it have a snack?"
Oh, that is
I've got-
alright if you feed it. Chompers is good boy.
Oh, good. Here you go, Chompers. Here's a good boy. And she'll kind of toss it toward him, like up in the air to see if he wants to catch it.
Let's see if he catches it. They're not known for their acrobatics. So, like a dog that has horrible timing, you throw the meat at it or the snack at it, and instead of it like chomping down on it mid-flight, it lands on like one of the spikes on its head and just gets impaled on like
No.
spike.
Oh dear. Well, I guess that's one for later. Here, let's try that again, little guy. And so she'll grab another piece and she'll be like, "Okay, open wide." And she'll kind of hold it out toward him. And if he opens his mouth, she'll just like kind of toss it in his mouth for him.
And without making a check, it is still terrifying. Like, imagine sticking your hand into like an alligator's mouth to feed it.
Well, it's why she's not putting her hand in its mouth. She's
Yeah.
tossing it toward the open mouth.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
She's not
That-
dumb. She doesn't
that-
know this creature
yeah.
that well.
but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, that level of intimidation from just that type of creature. Like, just being close to its mouth is probably worrying enough. But it takes it.
That's a good Chompers. And she'll kind of keep half an eye on him just to, because she doesn't really know this creature very well yet. But she'll start talking to everybody else. Well, are you finding yourselves with everything that you need here? Anything that the guild should be looking out for you?
We are getting acquainted. That is just part of how we are doing here.
Oh, very good. Well, again, I'm Altani, so if you see me around and you need anything, just flag me down. And what are you selling here?
We are but humble potion makers.
Oh,
When we get
that's very
the shop up and running and clear of debris, we will be making more and selling them to the town.
That's wonderful. Well, let me know, or Mr. Slowana know if you need anything, so we can help get you up and running. Have a good day, guys.
Hi there. Welcome in.
Thank you, sir. And I'll turn to him and be like, is he under some type of slowing spell? Or is that
Well,
normal for his kind?
he has an affliction we are trying to understand.
Yeah, those are the worst. Well, good luck, and if I find any maybe haste potions or something for him, I'll have to bring it by. Farewell.
You hear the sound of, because you gave Trumpers like meat,
Mhm.
you hear the sound of like meat just being shredded.
Delicious. I'm gonna say that Kalia probably learned the feed everything you meet jerky trick. And so she's the OG jerky treat feeder. So she knows, you can get far with people sometimes if you first appeal to their hunger.
We
The animals are definitely much more likely to like you if they're meat eaters anyway. And she's gonna kind of walk around, and if she sees or hears anybody, she'll walk up and introduce herself.
All right. So while you're doing all that, what's Price and Vol doing?
Hey, I heard the scooter alarm bell. Is everything okay?
So well, as Vald walks up, Scooter's just sitting and just kind of like looking around, and you probably hear a muffled noise of like, and then all of a sudden, just like a loud sort of snap, and Scooter stands up and moves aside, and then the briefcase is sitting on the floor, and it pops open, and he climbs out. Huh. Oh, hey Vald, how you doing?
Is everything okay? Scooter said this. I thought that was a scooter alarm earlier. It was really
Oh,
loud.
Scooter
yeah,
Law.
yeah, that was really loud. I think everything's fine. He's gonna look over at Scooter and just kind of like, because Scooter doesn't normally honk like that in the morning. Yes, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought something was something could have been coming from the south end of
He
town or
incites
something.
Scooter again. So Bryce looks over at Scooter, and it just kind of like, Scooter moves over and he just sits back down, and he's just kind of looking at the two of us, just like nothing's wrong at all.
Just the
Uh,
two of us.
I think I don't know. Oh, hey Jeb.
Jeb is looking up at you with the biggest, saddest, hungriest eyes ever.
I'm beginning to think that the telepathic communication that Drix and I share is probably an easier method.
Who?
Drix, the one I showed you, the one that's looking after me.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go. Well, I think we should probably all get some food, right?
Yep, and then go check on Glorb.
Yeah, we gotta go to Globe.
You said that. So yeah, we gotta go to Glorb. Like, you gotta hit the club. Gotta go to Glorb's.
Would it be colloquially known as glorbing it up? Or getting glorbed?
We're glorbing soon.
Is that like morbing?
Nope, probably not.
It's morbing time. It's glorbing time.
It's
It's glorbing time.
We morbid? Morbo, the movie.
and
Alright.
I assume Jeb is following.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm gonna need to get another charcuterie board for those two outside
yeah,
on the way out.
I'm gonna get let's see. First, Price is gonna just pull out one coin. He'll put it on the table, and he'll just kind of like place it on the table. He'll hold his finger on it as he's thinking. He'll ask for. Let's see. He'll ask for another, like just a meat only charcuterie board.
I'll slap my coin on the table. Maple bacon pancakes.
Pancakes, bacon, pancakes.
Both of those things appear.
So Price will grab the this platter of meats and
I can't find it.
all right, food time. You better be quick, or the chili dogs show up, and he's gonna set it down right here between
I can't
Jeb
find
and
it.
Scooter, and then he's gonna look at both of them. He's gonna like got like a finger up.
Where are my chili dogs at?
And he's gonna look at both of them in the eyes, and I guess with an 18, he's probably like keeping them from just devouring it. Now, both of you need to share.
All right. So Scooter would take whatever you feed him. Jeb would be like that overly enthusiastic puppy that just chomps when you have
Just
food in
getting
front of
everything
him.
he can. Yeah. So I guess I would stand out here and for a moment, and I would be grabbing like probably piece by piece and just going 1-to-1 between the two of them just to get both of them fed. And when it starts to get like I'm assuming that this will take a few moments. But eventually Price would go back inside to get some food for himself.
Yep. And while you're doing that, let's see where you are. Yeah, so you're going inside, getting food, feeding Jed. And at this point, the two racers have made their way back into, the boundaries of Delruth. Found the shiny rock, headed back. Unhide these tokens. And you would see the chili dogs sniffing around like they're locked in on something. They're looking, they're sniffing.
What's up with them?
Oh, those are dogs. Sometimes people like domesticate animals
No,
and they
I
raise
know
them
what's
into.
up with them in that sense. What are they looking for?
Oh, they are like wolves, right? And so they typically strong factories, and so it's most likely kind of like scent and they're following it.
Should we follow them?
I mean, yeah, okay. And then I'm gonna get down on all fours.
You're kind of cutting
What
in
are you
and out.
Walking. I
you
know I
doing?
can't.
Just so you know.
I can hear myself in like, the listen mode or whatever. For whatever reason, Discord's fucking me.
And what are you doing?
Maybe it's
No.
Chris. Oh, I'm on all fours and I'm just like sniffing the ground and like I
Yep.
start following the dogs.
Okay.
You said you wanted to do this, so
I said to follow them, not act like them.
what's wrong with being a dog?
I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. It's just odd.
You hold a lot of prejudices, you know that?
I get confused is like the main problem.
Are you not gonna you can't bend down, huh?
No,
you're
not
Part
really.
pony. That's alright, I'll do it.
I'm not part pony.
On.
Just every now and then and just like lots of sniffing noises.
That doesn't bother your sinuses doing that?
What's a sinus?
Your nose? And stuff that makes it work?
No, that's what it's made for.
Oh. Well, there's.
My
Scooter
dad
and
did this his
Jeb.
whole life.
Hey, Prize? Bald? Anyone here?
Inside.
There's no getting to the inside for me.
You can always
Push
move
away.
through a friendly square.
What would he want? Have me
On all fours, I'm gonna move through and just go woof woof, and then enter the building and stand back up.
Okay.
The
The
dog,
chili dogs are tracking something.
yeah, they're sniffing the ground. They're whatever they're looking for is in this general vicinity.
Oh, Price got a charcuterie board for Scooter and Jeb.
What's that?
Meats.
Oh, well, I guess I got to get another one.
All three chili dogs are out here.
He's gonna put another
You
coin
can-
down.
You can get it when we leave.
Wait,
Well,
wait.
yeah, but it's probably better to feed him now and then have him get out of here.
I don't want to brag, but I basically just became a wolf outside, and what they're saying is that they're hungry.
Are you saying that in common?
Yeah.
Yes, you probably should feed them.
I'm gonna ask you that every time now. No.
Nice.
Price puts another coin down on the table. And this time he asks for a platter with 5 large steaks.
Cooked or uncooked? Actually, you know what? You'll find out. They're cooked. They probably just assume. So your coin disappears and you get 5 large steaks.
And he's gonna pick up this platter. So, excuse me, I've got to take care of the
Can I
animals.
just
Wait,
hand it to
hold
them
on.
for you?
Mr.
Oh.
Price, can I have one of your coins?
Sure. He's gonna hand you a gold coin.
I'm gonna put the gold coin on the table and say, gopher, roasted, skewed.
Go for it.
And the coin disappears and in front of you appears a skewed, roasted, piping hot gopher.
Like, I imagine it's skinned, but it still has like the gopher head and face and everything.
Oh yeah.
And then
that
I
it?
just messily just go to town on this thing like it's a corn on the cob.
Is that anything like a prairie dog?
What's a
Oh,
prairie dog?
Big Steve, it's even better than Prairie Dog because it's real chewy. You could chew on this for like 3 hours and you still wouldn't be able to like swallow it. That's the best. Oh, we got you something. This is from both me and Kaido. And then I look up at Kaido,
Oh, what?
right, and I give him
Oh.
a very obvious wink that everybody else can see.
Okay.
And then I give Vald this shiny rock we found outside.
Oh, thanks.
It's like your head.
Smooth.
And then I look back at Kaido because that's what he had told me, so I just assumed that's what.
Kaido's just laughing now.
Hold on, I gotta put that quote in the Discord.
It's not wrong though.
As this is happening, Price walks out with this platter of steaks, and he snaps his finger really loud, and he'll hold up one finger in the air, and he's got this platter, and he'll walk back down kind of the southern end of town, as all of the animals are probably following him, and he's then going to, as normal for feeding time, he's just going to hold the platter here and probably be surrounded and smothered by all the animals in town.
Well, with the handle animal, so were you having them stay, like when you exited?
I was having them not basically eat the food immediately and follow me.
Okay, so follow. So then, if you animal handle and then had them follow, then they would follow.
Okay. And the intention was basically to feed them, but not have them be just taking up all the space right outside the tavern where everyone is.
So unlike before, due to your probably getting used to these animals and how they react, they don't just like pounce on you and swarm you. They definitely seem like they're just waiting for you to feed them.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, he would probably have them maybe almost like surround him, and this is almost like a Jurassic Park moment, just getting all their attention and waiting for them to actually behave. And let's see, I'm gonna try
And
to,
you know what? With animal handling, you would also notice because you rolled what you did. You would notice that the hot dog, not the chili dogs, that's the one that seems to be the one that eats first. Like after that one starts eating,
Okay.
then the other two do. So you probably get an idea of, who they
Pack leader.
consider the pack lead, quote unquote leader.
Okay.
I mean, obviously the goblins are the quote unquote alphas.
The goblins take care of them at in town for sure.
But yeah, if left alone, it's the
okay.
pecking order.
Yeah. Let's see. Wondering if I had anything. So okay, this could be just interesting. I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
You?
And
No, just kidding.
but this is only for the purpose of this, like, this communication. I think it makes sense for them to, like, with the animal handling and speak with animals, right? Like, I'm kind of ingratiating myself with them, not necessarily trying to have a conversation, but trying to have them understand what I'm saying. So again, it's like I'm not going to have a conversation with all of them, but it's like a hey, okay, it's food time, right? I know you're all hungry, so come on, gather around. Okay, now we got to play well. You're all gonna get fed. Okay? And Price is gonna at as he grabs one of these steaks and notices what you were saying in this pecking order, he's gonna reach it out to Scooter first, and then the very next one's going to go to the hot dog, I guess. And then the other 3 steaks that are sitting on the platter, he's gonna hold here, and he's gonna look at Jeb and the 2 chili dogs, and kind of like communicate it, to them as well. Just like I said, we're all gonna get fed, all right? And he's gonna grab one, he's gonna throw it to Jeb, he's gonna grab the other 2, and he's gonna throw both of those at the chili dogs, just to make sure everyone gets fed, but kind of give everyone a bit of attention individually, and communicate to them to where they can actually understand everything that he's conveying.
All right. They seem to comply.
Just a little sort of like, little animal montage for the druid here. And so I'm sure that that'll take a little bit.
Things
other
that the
people wanna
druid
do
has
stuff.
done. Animal montage and putting dirt on plant lady. Druid life. Hashtag.
Big old druid dude, or old druid dude, at least not necessarily big.
All right. So while you're doing that, the camera shifts up to the Adventurers Guild with Altani. And you get, you just kind of can't help but wonder, does Luana ever sleep?
Right? I mean, she's hard at
Like
work,
these-
obviously. Like
These
she
two
was
are
saying.
always awake when you guys get in.
They probably have like Murphy beds. And when they hear somebody coming, they get it all put away so they can keep the illusion alive that they don't ever sleep. Pretty smart. Respect the hustle. So as Altani came in, she nods to the Drider, greets Luana. Good morning, Miss Guildmistress.
Morning.
I wanted to check in and see if there was anything did you need us to do anything specifically? I assume you gave the team, I guess I don't want to say orders, but is there some tasks that I can help with?
Well, I'm glad you have managed to. Well, first off, I'm glad you managed to get acquainted with your new team.
They
You
seem like a
should-
good group.
Well, some of them, but I can only presume that those have long since departed.
Yeah, you had some troublemakers, huh? Hopefully Kalia didn't give you too much trouble. She's a good one, usually.
Enthusiastic, that Max fellow. Fellow. And she does quotation marks.
Ah, one of those, huh?
Well, let's just say I am very good at reading people. And that one was definitely destined for trouble.
Well, certainly nothing boring about that group, then, I'm sure. Got to keep everybody on their toes, right?
Yes, yes. Or hooves, depending on
I
who
was
you
gonna
talk
say,
to.
there's one party member that doesn't have toes.
I mean, out of character, technically you do have toes. They
Thank
just,
you for the raid, Kaz. Woot woot.
evolved
Appreciate
with,
you.
hooves or toenails, essentially. But turning to Luana, she'll just say, well,
How you doing?
sounds like maybe the team's gonna have a little bit of an easier time from here on out if the troublemaker's no longer around.
Appreciate you.
Although,
Welcome in.
if they're used to that, I mean, if I need to stir up a little bit of trouble to, keep them on their toes, I can.
Well, we prefer to not have any extra trouble here on account of. And she gestures out the window to like one of the burnt buildings, and then gestures
Yeah.
to another window where it looks like some of the walls have been blown down. We
I was wondering
seem
about
to
that.
have a lot of trouble recently, so less trouble is less is more. That would be preferable, and less paperwork for me to have to fill out.
Yeah, I hear you there. Oh, man. That's one part about your job I do not envy you. You can keep all the paperwork.
And I shall.
Sounds like a good fit for you. I'm glad you're happy. Well, as far as what we can do, should I just check with your team?
Well, I do have some tasks available, but if you need to gather your team first and have them all here, that's fine as well.
Sure. Yeah, I'll go bring him in. That's just what she's gonna do.
I'll just move her down so you don't have to.
Perfect.
Go. I can move you through walls you can't.
That's true.
Let me move you guys.
Well,
Camera.
everybody, it sounds like Luana's got something for us to do if you're filling up for it.
Oh yeah. I was just finishing up my bacon pancakes.
Bacon pancakes. I had bacon and waffles today, and dang, those were good.
Are you feeding any of it to your invisible friend?
No,
Valid?
Okay.
Yeah.
because I don't know. It hasn't told me what he wants to eat yet, or if he eats, and I'm just
Yep, you'll figure that out one day. Maybe. Anyway,
Oh, we were gonna. Where's Price? I thought he was supposed to come eat.
I mean, he did get 5 giant steaks.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm gonna go check on Glorb. See his progress with that stone gem.
Oh, is that the Smith?
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I stopped in to say hello, and he said he needs Chinese and and stuff, and I
Did,
so I
did
gave
you
him some of my coins.
did you speak in common or goblin?
I'm not fluent in Goblin, so it was common from me, but he seemed to understand. And
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you you speak Goblin, I assume
We
from your
totally
question.
forgot to do your languages. Anyway,
Oh yeah, I figured it would be like it how many? So common, or is it just two languages basically, or three?
it's common and I think
One other,
one other.
two others.
Let me check. Well, we can figure that out. I
Okay.
just thought about that. Like, oh yeah, we didn't do your languages. Well, you definitely know common, so that's
Yeah.
at least what we can use for now.
Yeah. Well, I figured common, celestial, and I mean, if it's an option, then goblin. If there's a third, but if it's just two, then common and celestial would be fine.
Oh, and before I left, I would have. If Price comes, let him know I'm checking on Glorb.
Will do.
Oh, this is
Oh,
gonna
did
be.
Bald say that out loud?
Yeah, right before I left.
Before he left.
Ask about a pick.
Well, Kaito, would you like to come with me to the Guildmistress's office, and then we can relay the rest of the team?
Sure. What are we relating to the team?
Oh, just figured, having more of us there when Luana tells us what she's hoping to send us on to next would be helpful.
Oh,
But we
okay.
can, since they have
He's
have
gonna poke his head in there.
tasks to do.
Pick. Don't forget.
Okay.
He's gonna catch up.
So Glorb, I have 3 things to ask you about.
He pulls himself away from staring intently into the forge. Eh?
Yes.
Oh, wait, you speaking in common?
Yeah.
Or
Or no, in Goblin.
ah,
'Cause-
yes.
With Gnome here, he can speak Goblin too. So there's 3 things. First, we gave you a gem to look into.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any progress with that?
It's still in there, and he points to the forge.
Interesting. Well, I think we found it in lava, so I don't know if the forge is much different.
Are you able
Otherwise-
to stick your hand in a piping hot forge and pull forth a gem again?
I might not, but I know somebody that might be able to.
I see.
And then, okay, so the other thing was I gave you a unidentified longsword that you might help determine what it is. And then I'm supposed to ask you about a pick.
Let me refer to your old sheet. I think that was on your old one.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know how to transfer it over because it's not something I can find or import.
So that one. And you said it was the longsword?
Unidentified one, yeah.
Ah, old. There it is. That's the unidentified one. Let's identify it. Ah, that one. So that one is just a very fine sword. It's a +1.
Okay. Well, you use a longsword, right, Gnome? And I'm going to hand him a +1 longsword.
Shield. This needs to be transferred over. He got that. The skull, he needs that. Sword, bow. Check.
Well, all I am know, he has a +1 longsword when he gets back.
Yep, I'm moving that over.
Wait, sorry, I was getting water. Who?
Oh, I had asked. I think you use a longsword, and I gave you a +1 longsword.
I already have a +1 longsword.
Well, I have a spare.
All right.
In case you roll a natural 1 and throw it into a pool of lava.
Okay.
Or if you want to dual wield at some point in time, I don't know.
Okay.
2.
And then, oh, and the pick.
Yes, a pick. So Glorb, hold on, I gotta move the camera. So Glorb moses onto the corner over here and opens the window and just yells, Flex 1 pick. At that point, you hear shuffling in the building next door. And then you hear the pitter patter of goblin legs. And in steps Flex. And he puts a pick on like a table.
I will grab it and then ask, do you think this will be strong enough for what was that ore we found? Like really strong ore. Like the strongest ore you can think of. Do you think this will hold up to that?
Hmm. Glorp's still figuring out how to work with that. Oh wait, it's in Goblin. Yeah, I'm still figuring out how to work with that. Extremely sturdy, and
Okay.
I was having a hard time melting it and working with it. Well, up until I threw that gem in there, everything got a lot
Oh, so
hotter.
that's what you're doing. The gem's in there with the metal.
Yep,
Well, I look forward to see your progress.
me too.
I guess we should go check on the others. Thanks, Glorb.
Yep.
Check on you in a while.
And Glorb will look to Gnome. So you're with them now, huh?
I mean, I guess we're all kind of with them if you think about it.
Well, I mean, after and he holds his fingers up, the big boss left. Well, I guess things are a little bit better for us. Though the Booyogs are they still cherished that man. Not sure why they literally cut one of their arms off.
Yeah.
And then he shrugs.
I'm sure you remember before that day, his name used to be Perfect Balance because out of all the goblins, he had the most perfect balance. Now he's just one arm.
Yeah, well, you
He's
know
the
my
one that
thoughts
made
on
me
them.
get this job.
That's probably the single best thing he's done for you then.
How do you figure? He said the Drider was really bad, so we need to work with her.
I mean, technically, we're really bad too, depending on your perspective.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sometimes it does come into question whether we're good or bad, and it gets confusing in conversation because all the big folk they like to do it backwards for some reason. Anyway, you have a bad day. I gotta get out of here.
Yep, you have a worse day.
Then I'll follow Big Steve.
Nice.
Carrying his sword.
So Price, Price, he probably would have finished up feeding the chili dogs and the hot dogs, and you'd be seeing everybody convening in the center. Where did Kaito go? Where's Kaito? Where's Kaito?
Up at the
Already up there. Okay.
Kaido's fast.
So Price, you reconvene with the group as everything's eating.
Well, yeah, Price hasn't eaten yet, so he was gonna probably go back to the tavern and I guess see that no one's here. But he would get some food and then probably go talk to Glorb because that was what he was gonna go do.
All right. So you've just seen Gnome and mostly Gnome just leaving Glorbs. Because you just seen it on the tail as the last person leaving. So you make your way to Glorbs. To Glorbs.
Yeah, he'd get food and then go into here.
No wonder why he could never get work done.
Unless anyone says anything to him.
Wait, what'd you say?
Well, I guess I had to roll perception, right?
What are you trying to do? Did I miss
Just-
something?
Well, no, he went in there. Do I?
No, you see him. Like,
Right.
it's literally.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would have called out to him.
He's only
was gonna-
15 feet away. So,
No. Hey, Price, we already checked on it. He's still working on the gem.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, and that sword you found was a +1 sword.
a
Oh.
really, really sharp sword.
Yeah, really
That's
sharp.
good. I gave him a whole bunch of stuff too, but I'll go. He asked for time, so I'll give him some time.
The main thing is he's still trying to forge that metal and a gem together. The gem you
Well-
found in the lava.
I pulled a gem from lava,
Yeah, I don't
and
think it's.
he
Gonna
said he wanted shiny stuff, so I said, "Hey, have a look at this," and he grabbed it and ran over to the forge and put it in there.
I don't know if it. I don't think it's gonna melt with the thing because it was in lava.
Well, yeah, I don't know what he wanted to do with it. He said that he was just looking for stuff, so I was just curious what it was.
Well, we'll see. He might turn it into something crazy, or if not, and after a period of time, we could probably just get it back and have somebody else identify it.
Yeah, true.
I thought were we headed to get a mission or something or a new task?
So, up to the Adventurers
Oh,
Guild?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, were you guys ready to head up there?
Yeah.
All right.
Moving camera. Meanwhile, Kaido's been waiting patiently outside the door.
Yeah,
Sorry,
because
Kratos.
she said I was gonna come up, and then she just never came, and he's just like, "Where is this lady?" What's with
So
this bitch?
OOC, yeah, I was like, everybody's chatting. I'll get up there in a minute, and I didn't even see you walking up there. I'm so sorry. But
just,
in
like,
character,
Standing at this door for God only knows how long. You had the entire conversation down there with them, and he's like, "Where is this bitch?"
well, like in character, we'll say
When you walk
she
up,
saw
he's
them
gonna
get,
give
she
you
saw
a
them
look.
wrapping up and coming out, so she figured she'd wait for them.
Yeah, he didn't see that, but he's just gonna give you a look like you kept me waiting. But he's not actually gonna say anything. But you did get a look.
Like, oh, sorry, friend.
Did I
Hmm.
notice the look as I went by?
I don't know. Did you?
Yeah, what's your perception looking like there, friend?
I don't even think you noticed him standing there.
Did you just like just kind of walk basically like right through Kaido, like do do do?
Yeah.
Can't really sneak between his legs anymore. You're not quite that short.
Price and no.
Price is looking through the window.
Outside looking in. But are you tall enough to look in the window? Or did she like
I'm
jump up there
standing
like
on a
squirrel?
bench.
Ah, okay, you're squirrel jumping. Gotcha.
Well, I think we're basically all here-ish. I kind of see these two outside the window. I'll look over and be like, do you guys want to come in before we start?
What? Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're fine out there, but, you know, we got benches in here too.
There's a big spider in there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she's a drider.
Oh,
No,
and
I
when
mean,
you like
guys
go
can look over.
inside, make sure to look up. You can see where they cocoon all the bodies.
Oh my god.
just Bryce just shivers.
I'll look up and I'll be like, yeah, driders build webs. I mean,
Yeah, it's really
you guys
bad.
have a problem with that? It's pretty normal for their species.
I don't know. Do you have a problem if I poop in my pants?
I mean, that's up to you, but I would ask
It's
that you
normal
maybe
Pretty
for
normal
old,
for his species.
Hey.
normal old gnomes.
I can
Doesn't
take
mean you
care
have
of
to
that.
like it.
Hey, you poo your pants. I can take care of that.
I mean, if you're into that.
Chris,
I can take care of
He's-
it too. That's why none of you've ever known.
have you really crapped your pants just now?
No, I didn't. Not right now. I'm just warning you.
Uh-huh.
I don't. I'm not
Would you feel more
Really
comfortable if you
fond
sat
of
on the saddle?
spiders that are as big as Scooter.
I cast prestidigitation and clean Price's pants.
I didn't duty. I was high. It was
Clean 'em anyway.
hypothetical.
They're like
Okay,
You
thank
didn't
you.
do- Duty
super
is-
clean now.
Hey, Price, are your pants a duty-free zone?
I feel like it's not about me right now.
You okay,
What are
Bryce?
we here? Hi, Luana. It's good to see you.
Likewise. So, now that you've all settled in and got yourselves acquainted with each other, tasks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she reaches into her sleeve again, pulling forth a piece of parchment and puts it on the table with her hand still on it. So, there's a couple of options that you have available to you. And here they are. And then she with a single brush of her hand just unfurls this parchment. And as she does so, it starts out blank, and then words, she utters something and like mumbles some arcane words, and words just start to appear in whatever language it's mostly in common, because that's pretty common, but for those of you who use multiple languages, depending on what language you're choosing to read it in, the words will shift to that language. But
Well,
it's
that's convenient.
per person, so for you guys, for you it might just be like, I'm just reading a thing, but the actual effect is it can do that.
That's pretty helpful.
Why doesn't all paper do that?
Because not all paper
that should be a
is made
standard
by
enchantment.
me.
Oh,
So,
you made that.
That's
Here
mighty
are
handy.
here are your tasks. And as the words start to fill the pages, or fill the parchment, that's where we're gonna wrap up session.
Excellent. Well, gosh, it sure has been nice meeting you all in
Hi
this
guys,
brand new
I'm new
cave.
here. All right.
Yep, new and already standing up for allies.
I mean, it was an accident.
Nice. All right.
Oh,
Did Bald
see.
get the pick?
Oh. Hmm?
Did Bald get the pick?
Pick what?
The pick that you were going to go in and ask about for Kaito? That
That
Glor
he
was
even
working on?
told you don't forget the pick as he went
Oh
by.
yeah. I grabbed the pick.
Okay. Okay, good.
I was thinking PIC, like picture. I
No,
was like, what?
no. As in, beat the ore with it.
Or a pick of destiny.
So that the next time we find some, I won't just get a little piece and break the pick at the same time.
Well, I will hand you the pick. I don't have it in my inventory though. But, so import a pick.
Pick.
It's a basic pick.
All right.
Good pick, right?
I think it wasn't just a basic pick.
So we're just gonna go over a couple of mechanical things in the background here. So with that, as we have wrapped up the session, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for the raideroo. Y'alls are awesome. Y'alls are cool. Oh show. Let's see. Because there's still a couple things I gotta do in the background here with this new system stuff. And they're looking at picks anyway. So let's mosey. So we do this every week. Now that, you know, we've gotten the new rules set up, established, we're going to just have to deal with some of the growing pains of a new system. So hopefully those will get ironed out sooner so we don't have to deal with them later. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, we do this every week, Wednesday. It's, wow, I almost said 7:30. That's Tuesday. 5:30 Pacific. For those of you on the Yubles Tubles, we do this over on Twitch TV/Cubed222, or just, you know, you can just call me Cube. That's fine. What else am I forgetting that I know I'm forgetting? Oh, tomorrow we'll be back at it. The usual stream time, 6 o'clock Pacific. What game we play, I'll let that be a surprise. Ooh, belch. But yeah, it was fun. We got started a little late today, but that's because we're finalizing some 2014 to 2024 rule stuff that, you know, I had to learn a couple things about Foundry and how those will interact and getting characters set up properly. And hopefully we'll get some new D&D content that we can work with and expand the characters with. But I digress. Let's get to moseying. Let's go and raid somebody. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, hope you all have a wonderful evening or morning or whatever's in between for you when you end up watching this. And raid's created. And yeah, hope to catch you again tomorrow. And I should have the VOD uploaded by Monday at the latest. We didn't have game yesterday because people weren't really ready, so but we got everything fixed. We got all the characters done, so we should be good for next Tuesday. And that's going to be at 7:40 Pacific. But we got everything locked in now, so it's gonna be fun. But either way, I believe the saying is, in lieu of all of these new characters being introduced to the game as part of the transition to 2024 rules, I look forward to seeing you all again soon. But until then, fare thee well, adventurers. Be mindful. Keep an eye out for traps.